say we get things done better than a man. They say the future's female, but we've been standing here looking in the mirror day by day and idolize the lies, trading self-worth for a silicone frame. I put the woe in one mind. There's nothing you can say to take it away from me. I put the woe in one mind. You see, I run this world. Deep down, I do believe I put the woe in one mind. Sometimes it gets hard being taken for granted. I put the woe in one mind. I'm a fighter, I'll fight it, I'll fight till the end.
I would like to say I'm Shara Kimiko. My MC, Corey, is out there. He said I have a loud voice. I'm going to rally. Oh, hey. Hi, look at you. I'm good.
Hey, everyone, how are you? I said, hey, everyone, how are you? I know you heard my voice outside, right? All right, so glad to see you all.
So we are trying to rally everybody in right now, but this is the first year for this gala.
Oh, my gosh, and I'm excited.
Is it, so beautiful, right?
You all look amazing today.
Thank
Can you
you.
give yourselves a round of applause?
Where is Star Fisher? Star?
Star.
Hello?
Hello, Star.
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 Who knows Star? Okay, everybody start yelling her name. 1, 2, 3, Star! Star Fisher! You know what? This could not have happened without Star. And I don't know where she is, but please give her a big enough loud applause so she knows how appreciated she is. There she is. I've known her almost 20 years. Star, come out in the middle so everybody knows who you are, because this girl was part of the White House administration for getting things together for the USA pageant, for putting this together.
Yes.
I mean, she is the real deal. And I met her. I have to tell this story. So I started the Fox 23 station. I'm going to hog the microphone, sorry. In 2001. Star tried out for American Idol. Was it in 2004? 2004. And Star made it for Oklahoma. And so we went out to American Idol. Hollywood, hey. And I thought Star and I are going to have a really good time out there. But she was sick. And you know what you did? You know what you took before you sang? She ate a teaspoon of Vicks Vapor Rub.
Ooh.
Why would
Secrets.
Okay, it did, because she had no voice and she went out there, but she knocked the socks off the judges with Simon and everybody. So you guys, here is our American Idol winner in Oklahoma 2004. And now she's like part of the administration for the White House. Hello.
Oh my gosh.
You were all that, girl.
Wow, that's interesting.
Beat that.
I don't have a story. You know, I met Star when she owned a restaurant. So that's when
Yes.
look, entrepreneurship, we're here to celebrate women tonight, right? So
Yes.
that's when I met Star, when she owned a restaurant. So that's amazing.
I know, I love
Wow,
her.
so I'm excited about tonight.
So are we supposed to get this stuff started?
Let's get it started.
Okay. Do you need to say who you are again?
No. But for those who don't know me, my name is Corey Taylor, and I am a transplant to Tulsa, Oklahoma. I've been here since 2009, and some people in this room may know me. I've had television shows. I've done a lot of different things. Not your level of star.
No, because you're on a whole other level.
Whatever.
Corey. They've been trying to get us together for years, and you know my
Yes.
maiden name is Taylor, so maybe we were married in another lifetime. I'm
Oh
sorry.
my gosh.
Where's your wife?
Chantel.
Chantel, I love you.
Where's the husband?
My husband's over there. I love you too.
So, we are in store for some amazing things tonight. I hope you all are ready for a treat, and it is going to be a star-studded night. We are here to celebrate world-class women. Can you all give all of the women in the room a hand tonight? So, Shara, they say behind every great man there is behind every successful man there is a good woman. So, what's behind a successful woman?
And I wrote this down because I really had to know, because there is a song about it. And it says, "There indeed lies a trail of men."
I don't like that.
Why? Look at these beautiful women.
What?
Women, please stand up. Literally, please stand up. Because who is next to you? A trail of men. Go ahead and stand up and give yourselves a round of applause, because without all these beautiful women, there would not be a man who is where he is.
I'll buy that because I have a mama.
Because
I'll buy that because I have a mother. All right. Tonight is sure to be an unforgettable one. From sit-ins to civil rights to politics and to the music, we are here to celebrate the testimony of world-class women.
Women who have sacrificed unselfishly with their time, their tears, their talents, not knowing their commitment to service would become the foundation of what makes not just our community great, but also our country. I sit before you, before all these beautiful women. I am Asian American, I'm a Japanese woman, I'm a first-generation college student. I'm also the daughter of a mother and her grandparents who were in the internment camps. As far as I've been told, I was the first Asian to be here in Tulsa, Oklahoma as a main TV anchor. I'm also a dual business owner now that I've retired, but more importantly, I'm honored to be a woman in this generation and a woman of color and part of this incredible event.
Well, let me celebrate you.
It's about them.
From world-class leaders to legacy keepers to world-class survivors, living legend, Black Wall Street businesswomen, world-class mother, first ladies, world-class breakthroughs, legacies that live on. Each of these women have a story to tell.
You said this was going to be an unforgettable evening, right? It is going to be an unforgettable evening. Look at this entire audience and how, for the first year, every single table is full. Everybody looks amazing, and we're all here for the same reason. Let's welcome the Vice President of the historic Greenwood Chamber of Commerce, Dr. Gary Breckner. This is like live TV. So we get to tiptoe and tap dance. And so I was telling him earlier, I said, you know who's here and who's going to be performing? Let me get my notes, because you're going to sing. Johnny Gill.
Johnny Gill. My. No, I'm not Johnny.
Wait a
I
second.
just.
Come on.
Put on your red dress.
With New Edition, how many in here are like 50 and over? How many are 50 and younger? And who knows New Edition? Okay, go ahead.
I love Johnny Gill's music. Johnny's awesome.
Can you stand the rain? Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
You sing, Reverend.
Nope.
Go
I'm
ahead.
excited, though.
Where is Johnny? Is he even here yet? I was like, What about Cool It Now? But that was before him, right? Cool it now. You got to cool it now. Ooh, watch out. Okay, I can't sing.
People started saying silly things without knowing. I'm sorry. I love to sing.
Okay, we're just embarrassing ourselves. If the band can come in and play with us. But do you guys know, Can You Stand the Rain? No. What? But you do.
Cool it now.
You do? Can You Stand the Rain? Come on now.
On a perfect day, I know that I can count on you. You all know that song?
You guys know it? Come on.
And that is possible. Tell me, can you weather the storm? Oh,
I need somebody
who will stand by me, yeah.
the good times.
In a bad time, you will always be right there. Ooh, so
Sunny
needed. Everybody loves them. Tell me, can you stand the rain? Whoa. I'm going to quit. All right.
You guys, we're doing good. Like, this is comedy hour right now. Can you help us out a little bit? We're doing good. Okay. So, you guys, that was good.
Thank you all for
Thank
joining
you.
in.
All right. So, we're going to go on to Dr. Culver right now. And I think they're starting to serve your salads and your dinners and everything else. So feel free to go ahead and do that. And let's go on to Dr. Culver, who is part of this world-class women event.
Yes, Dr. Clover is the actual president of the Greenwood Chamber of Commerce, who's made this event possible. So give them a hand, please. Dr. Culver, calling Dr. Culver. Dr. Culver. Doctor. Here he comes. Give him another round of applause, please. Dr. Culver. As he approaches the stage.
There it comes. Hi, doctor. How are you?
Hello. It's Tommy Freeman.
Call me Freeman. Okay. Do you need all this up here?
Yeah.
You would like all that? Okay, so here you are. You guys give the doctor a huge round of applause. And we welcome you, sir, and we thank you for being here.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
But first of all, we want to thank you all for coming to our first annual Women's Winter Gala right here at the River Spirit Casino. Let's give you all a hand clap because you look so good, especially my wife. I can't even see her right now, but there she is. All right, so what inspired this? Well, I'm just going to be honest with you. We have a great leader that has really been helping a lot of businesses in Tulsa find access to capital, and she does it, and she doesn't get a lot of recognition. And I had a meeting with her roughly about 45 days ago. That's where this idea came, about 45 days ago. You see how God works? 45 days. And I said, she's the first African-American female chair of the Tulsa Chamber. And not trying to call nobody out, but that should be recognized. And I said, you know what? I told my wife, we need to do something to honor her. I didn't know it was on a large scale like this. And I have started having conversations with Star. And Star is a dreamer. And she said, you know what? It's a lot of women that should be honored. Right? And so it elevated to where it is now. But Miss Rose Washington initially inspired this. Let's give her a hand clap for everything she's been doing. And later on, you'll get to hear from her. All right. So tonight, we're going to give some awards to some key people. And I just want to really thank you for being patient
with us with this process. Hopefully it'll be a memorable night. Hopefully you got a drink ticket and you won't remember some of the things that happened. Right? And we'll do it again next year, and it'll be even better. All right, so a lot of people are going to get awards tonight, and I'm thankful for that because 4 years ago when I volunteered, started with the Greenwood Chamber, I was asked by Rebecca Marsh Jemerson to be a volunteer. And then Dr. Jason Kersey at Oklahoma State couldn't serve as a board member because he was driving from Stillwater to Tulsa. And the board at the time recommended that I filled his role since I worked in the OSU system, and I did just that. Never had ambitions to be a president of a chamber. I just wanted to serve, and I'm gonna keep serving. And I'm glad to say that when I got there, it was 19 businesses. Am I lying, Larry? 19 businesses. And we have 40 businesses there, right there on Greenwood today. In 2 years. And those 40 businesses, 80% of them are African-American female. And they generate more than $5 million back into Tulsa's economy. And we are going to keep expanding. We have great partners. Everybody that's sitting at my table are great partners. And y'all need to meet these people that's sitting at my table. They're going to help us expand Greenwood beyond that street. All right? Because what happened here in Tulsa and Greenwood not only inspired future generations in Tulsa, but it inspired Atlanta, the progress there. It inspired Detroit. It inspired Chicago. Our president, Barack Hussein Obama, lives on Greenwood Avenue. Inspired by what happened right here in Tulsa. You didn't know that, did you? All right. I learned that a week ago. John Rogers told me. So I got a few awards I want to give out because, believe it or not, this wasn't easy to accomplish in 45 days, right? It was kind of like when LeBron won the championship. This last one wasn't easy. They was all in one particular stadium. So I got two awards that I'm going to give, and it's not part of the script. To do this in 45 days, it's very difficult. All right? The first award that I'm going to give, I will tell you that part, but I forgot. Rose Washington inspired this gala, but who planted the seed was Reverend Evans. So I'm going to give you some kudos on that, because you said that the chamber should have a gala every December. So I'm going to give you some kudos on that. All right. And he wanted Kevin Hearn to be the speaker, but he wasn't able to make it today. Adam is here in his place. Where you at, Adam? All right. The first award I want to give, and it's not part of the script, I'm going to give it to Star Fisher. Where you at? She don't want to be recognized, but she's going to get something. She did help us coordinate this, and we got it. It's going on. Everybody's smiling. Star Fisher, come get your award. And it says world-class coordinator, the Honorable Star Fisher. Oh, you're welcome. All right, let's give her congratulations. She did help coordinate this in less than 45 days. That's amazing. The next award I want to give goes to a person that has allowed me to serve in the chamber. And she definitely don't know. My wife, Rhonda Culver. And it says, world-class wife and mother, Honorable Rhonda Culver. Before we transition to say the grace, we had a death in our family, our Greenwood family. Miss Eddie Faye Gates, and in remembrance of the impact that she had in the 1921 Tulsa Race Master Commission, the book she authored, that I'm going to give away some of these books tonight. So you be smiling now, because I'm coming around your tables. You're going to get some Eddie Faye Gates books tonight. But to honor her, if you can give me 10 seconds, moment of silence. Thank you. Enjoy your night. This is going to be a night to remember. Johnny Gill is in the house. We're going to give some more awards out. Every woman that is working on Greenwood is going to be recognized. Ain't that a good thing? Hey, we better get with it, because one day we're going to have a Madam President, right? We've had 3 presidents of the Greenwood Chamber that were female, all right? And so one day we're going to actually have a U.S. president, a Madam President. And so enjoy your night, and thank you. Reverend Marcellus Fields, he will come and give the grace.
At this point, we're going to do the national anthem and the Black national anthem. But at first, we need Tylisha Oliver Thomas and a Fuse band to come forth and do the national anthem for us. Miss Thompson. Let's give her a hand, please.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Let us pray. O most holy and everlasting God, we come on this special evening to honor women. We ask that you continue to bless the Greenwood Cultural Center and all the Greenwood. And Heavenly Father, we ask that you come on this particular time and ask that you bless our food. Bless those who prepared it. Bless those who will consume it. And Heavenly Father, direct us in the right direction that we may follow you And in these and other blessings we ask in Jesus' name, amen.
All right, and right now we would like to introduce Braylon Deadman, and he is going to be playing for us as we eat our dinner, so please enjoy. And we will be up here in a little bit to get ready with the rest of the program.
Yes. Okay. Enjoy. As you continue to enjoy your dinner, we will begin the award show. Ladies and gentlemen, we are pleased to welcome author, historian, who has been featured in the Kinsey Collection, who also has her own wing in the Smithsonian. Introducing the Honorable Princetta Newman, who will be talking to us about the history of Greenwood Chamber, the district, and the golden years of Black Wall Street.
Thank you very much. I must first of all say congratulations, Dr. Freeman and Starr and all their helpers. You've done a fantastic, unbelievable job. 45 days or no. They had to bring the old lady out. No, I was talking about me this time. It is a privilege to be here and to be asked to be here. I have served as the voice of Black Wall Street for more than 35 years, and you didn't even hear me. I've done tours of what was the Greenwood area. Now it's become the Greenwood district, and I'm proud that I'm a fourth generation Black Wall Street survivor. Not survivor, but my parents and their parents were here. I'm not that old, Star. They've asked me just to briefly run down a list of colored women, Negro women, and Black women. We have evolved. And we've evolved that one little block that they left us into an international phenomenon. I get calls from all over the country, got one today from Newfoundland, of people who are coming here to enjoy and learn the history, the real history of Black Wall Street. And I please know that Black Wall Street is not a street. It is not a street. It is a destiny. It is your destiny. Tell your children, tell your grandchildren, your family stories. You're just as much a part of the phenomena as anyone else is. I have to first of all recognize and thank you for giving credence to Miss Eddie Faye Gates, who served as a trooper to keep our name going. Some other people who, and I have to go through this list quickly, some others who have made our name famous across the world, and I bet you half of the young people here don't even recognize the name of Donnie Cannon. Dr. Donnie Cannon. She was the CEO of American Beauty Products. It's that long building out on Apache that's turned into something else now, but she had an international fleet, not just one, fleet of cars, of semi-trucks that traveled all over the country distributing their product. And I hate that they're not known as well today as they were, let me say this, the day of the Jerry curl. Anybody remember the Jerry curl? Another name that, and all of these doctors are doctors, she was an actual PhD doctor. Dr. Lucille Troop. Dr. Troop ran a beauty college on Greenwood for more than 35 years. Now, y'all, if you don't know, those were the days when we was dying and frying. And indeed, that kind of legacy has permeated our community in many, many areas. Then, now, how many of you here, now, you're probably not going to admit it, recognize the name Georgiola? Shame on you. Georgiola fried the best chicken at the corner of Greenwood and Archer for more than 40 years. She was indeed, and she wore all her diamonds and her apron and her pistol in her pocket. Do you remember maybe Cleora Butler? Cleora was a caterer. Now, Star, you think you can cook. She wore that name proudly of a cook. And of course, we later changed it to caterer. But she only worked in the finest of homes and for the richest of people. If you got a dinner done by Cleora Butler, girlfriend, you done spent some money. Another name that carried us through the century and into a new mega popular, well, she's still popular, and she's still a cook, Miss Wanda J. Jefferson. And she has expanded hers now into the next generation. So we're proud of y'all. We know you're over there. It's okay. Now, who in this room does not know the name of Yvonne Hovel? All right. For those who don't, Yvonne owned, not just operated, the only dealership ever owned by a black woman in Tulsa, Oklahoma. It was called East Tulsa Dodge. She now owns one of the hotels, or what do they call them? Condominiums. Pardon-moi, s'il vous plaît. The condominiums down on Archer Street. We're very proud of Mrs. Hovel. Also a proud name, and I'm especially proud of her because she's a protege of mine, Deborah Brown. Deborah has brought education to a new level. She has 2 schools now, and she teaches our children, or any children, not just the ABCs and arithmetics and all of those necessary subjects, but she teaches them humanity. She teaches them education beyond books, and I'm very proud of Deborah. I learned of a new lady, and she's not new, she's old, and she'll kill me for saying that. She had an operating masseuse office and masseuse parlor for 35 years. Now, did we know she was even here? Did anybody ever believe that Dana Smith and Dana Simmons operated a massage parlor, not the kind that you go to jail for, but the kind that she trained over 35 people to get their papers. See, these are the kinds of people that you don't hear about in the newspaper because they're doing something good. They're extending themselves far beyond education, far beyond a will of, and I'm not boggled for words, but far beyond wills of just ordinary folks. They've extended their wills and extended their lives to make you and me. And I saw so many of you here tonight that I know you are part of this education process, the part of what has done marvelous things for North Tulsa. Don't give up. You young ladies, I'm so proud of you to stick beside Star and the whole crew to do things that make a difference. You don't get too old, I'm proof of that, and you don't get too young to learn. But young folks learn from us old folks, okay? We've got something to offer you. Listen at least. I don't know how long Star wanted me to stay here, but I'm sure I've overstayed my welcome. I want you to know my book is coming out, and it's called If These Bricks Could Talk. Yes, it will be on sale by the first week in February. My pictures, I have 154 pictures in the Smithsonian in Washington, D.C. And you can see those just by going to your computer. You don't have to travel to Washington. We have several people who have artifacts on display in the Smithsonian. Learn your history, people. It's your blood, it's your right, and it's your responsibility. God bless you.
Thank you so much. Can we give her another round of applause, please?
Celebrating world-class leaders, legacy keepers, world-class survivors, living legends, and Black Wall Street businesswomen. Put your hands together for a warm welcome presenting the Black Wall Street Businesswoman Awards. Please welcome the Honorable Rania Nasruddin.
Can we get a quick round of applause for how amazing it is in the middle of this holiday season that we can all come together and celebrate these amazing women? I own a tiny little donut shop, cinnamon rolls also, and we make a mean sausage roll. And I know how hard it is to have a small business. I know how hard you have to work to have a successful business. So my heart is full of gratitude and appreciation for the women that I'm going to list shortly. But before we get there, this is a question for the women in the audience. So men, you can continue eating your cheesecake. So let me talk to the women here. Who in here is wearing stilettos? Raise your hand. Keep your hand up. Who in here is wearing cowboy boots? Raise your hand. Who in here is wearing flip-flops? None, no one, okay. Who in here is wearing flats? Who in here is wearing high heels? Okay, everyone's wearing, okay, y'all are dressed better than me, we know this. But what we all know is that each of us as women walk an especially hard walk. And these women that we're about to honor not only walk in the same shoes as us, but they've also created very successful businesses. Of the businesses in the Greenwood district, 80% of them are owned by women. 80%. Can we get a round of applause for that? And these aren't small businesses. These are businesses that are putting $5 million back into our economy. From ashes, these women have had growth. Please give them a round of applause. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to introduce the women that make up this district and this very successful district. And I'm going to ask them to come up to the front and line up so we can just see who they are and how impressive they are. I do ask that you hold your applause until the end, and then I want it to be so loud that they hear it all the way up in Greenwood, all right? So let's, without further ado, Therapeutic Massage Solutions, the Honorable Monique Jones. From the Black Street Artists, Honorable Eddie Allen. Rose Tax Solutions, the Honorable LaToya Rose. Come on up, ladies. the Honey Bee School of Music, the Honorable Brett Shalin Bailey. Black Wall Street Corner and More, the Honorable Angela Robinson and the Honorable Kay Andrews. From the Greenwood Chamber of Commerce main office, the Honorable Everline Wilson. The Greenwood Welcome Center, the Honorable Christy Allen, the Honorable Valeska Eleanor, the Honorable Jackie Evans, and the Honorable Amber Oputa of AOG Real Estate. From Black Wall Street Teas and Souvenirs, we've got the Honorable Laura Harris and the Honorable Renee Harris. I'm wondering if these two women are related. We also have the Honorable Cindy Cosper, the Honorable Bridget Cosper Barclow. From the Greenwood Gallery, we have the Honorable Queen Alexander. From the Modern Woodmen of America, we have the Honorable Emily Harris. From Frios Pops, which I want to try one really bad, we have the Honorable Emily Harris. And we have the Honorable Angela Busby from Frios Pops as well. Cobbler Mom, which I've only heard the peach is to die for, Honorable Joyce Horton. From the Lock Shop Natural Hair Salon, Honorable Gina Woods. The King Clean Professional Services, Honorable Tanisha Knowles. Stacy's Medical Scrubs, the Honorable Teresa Ballard. From Farmers Insurance, the Honorable Condra Brooks. From Wanda J's Soul Food, the Honorable Wanda J. Armstrong, the Honorable Glory Wells, the Honorable Shone Walker. From Vicky B's Dance, the Honorable Vicky Bailey. A New Way Center on Greenwood, we have the Honorable Sarah Rivero and the Honorable Jasmine Hunt. From the Pillar Group, we have the Honorable Sonny Williams and the Honorable Rodrin Golden. I present to you the amazing women. Please, let's hear it extra loud. Come on. You all can be louder than this. Come on. Come on. You ladies are amazing. Ladies, congratulations again. Great. Thank you all so much. Now the beautiful Shara Kamiko will come back and do a much better job of this than me. Thank you all so much.
Rania, thank you. All of our honorees that won an award, just make sure you go on to my right or left of the stage so you can get your award, please. And congratulations again to all these ladies. It is fabulous, first of all, to see all of you ladies here, and then all the fashions, which I love. The lady who is in the white with the feathers, I might steal that outfit off you, because I love that. I have the honor right now, as you guys are enjoying your dinner, and these ladies are getting their wonderful awards. I had the honor of meeting this gentleman. Yes, you right there with your white. Who? I'm gonna steal that. You look so beautiful. You look gorgeous. I had the opportunity to meet this gentleman, Johnny Ford, outside, and I asked him because I knew that he worked with one of the Kennedys, and I texted my dad earlier, and my dad said, no, this gentleman is much younger than I am. because he worked with a different Kennedy. But the fact that they had given their life to service for senators, representatives, legislators, and the President of the United States was overwhelming to me to meet this man, Johnny Ford. He has a bio that's 3 pages long. I have cut it down twice, and I was telling my co-MC, how do you cut down someone's bio that has made history in literally every 5 to 10 years of his life? I know you're standing there, Mr. Ford, but you're going to have to stand a little bit longer because I really would like to have everybody's attention for this gentleman, because when you hear who he is, the accolades that he has done, and what he has personally started as a first for all of us as men and women, I know you will understand the greatness and the honor that we are all a privilege to be witness of this evening. So please sit back, but I would love it if you just gave 100% ears. I know we all have phones, I know we have families, but just for 5 minutes, please silence them and please just listen. Johnny Ford, he is the native of the great state of Alabama. He grew up in Tuskegee, Alabama, the home of the Tuskegee University. You can guess where I'm going with this. He was the pride of the swift-growing South and also home of the famed Tuskegee Airmen. At 17, he graduated from Tuskegee Institute High School, and that was in 1960. He graduated in 1964 with a BA degree in history as well as sociology. He received a Master's of Public Administration degree from Auburn University at Montgomery. He's received 5 honorary degrees, including the Honorary Doctorate of Laws from Alabama A&M University, and that was in 2004. His professional career is one that is stellar. It started in New York. It was interrupted when his friend, Earl Graves, invited Ford to join him as a staff member of Senator Robert Kennedy's campaign for president. And this is where I asked him, because my dad was Teddy Kennedy's speechwriter. In 1968, with Kennedy to mobilize the minority vote, was the beginning of his political career. After his assassination, Kennedy's assassination, June 5th of 1968, Ford returned to Tuskegee to work as the executive coordinator of the Tuskegee Model Cities program. In 1971, he was appointed by the U.S. Attorney General Richard Kleindienst and sworn in to serve as the state supervisor of the Community Relations Alabama office of the U.S. Department of Justice. A year later, in 1972, I was 1 at that time, and he has already lived a life of amazingness. He was elected as the first African-American mayor in the history of the city of Tuskegee. He served 6 terms. In 1998, he was elected representative to the Alabama State Legislature. He then retained his legislative position in August of 2004, and then again in 2012. In 2016, he was elected to and now serves in the position of the Tuskegee City Councilman. Ford founded the World Conference of Mayors, Inc., also known as WCM, and that was in 1984. He also founded and served as President Emeritus of the National Conference of Black Mayors, Inc., which is now officially the African American Mayors Association. He is founder of the Alabama Conference of Black Mayors. In addition, he serves as founding co-chairman of the National Policy Alliance. Ford currently serves as the founding president of the Historic Black Towns and Settlements Alliance. In June of 2020, Ford was appointed Vice Prime Minister, Vice Chair of the Pan-African Caucus, and Ambassador to the State of the African Diaspora. Some of his other achievements, if that's not enough, and sometimes when you sit and question what you can or can't do, this is all the things that this man has done and become first of and is part of history. But he also is the first African American to serve as a member of the Alabama Foreign Trade Advisory Commission. He is a founding member of the Alabama Municipal Electric Authority. He is a past president of the Alabama League of Municipalities, the first African American in Alabama history to be elected to the statewide position. He has also served as a former U.S. presidential appointee to President Ronald Reagan and to both the National Advisory Committee on Federalism and the Intergovernmental Policy Advisory Committee on Trade. He was reappointed to the Advisory Committee on Trade by President George W. Bush. In 2019, he was made, at this time mayor, was made permanent part of the History Makers Collection in the Library of Congress. I'm almost done. But again, I've cut his bio short, and I am so sorry for that. Ford is a member of the Kappa Alpha Psi fraternity. I know. The founding president of the Tuskegee Optimist Club, a member of the a member of the Sigma Pi Phi fraternity, and a member of the Mount Olive Missionary Baptist Church, the home church of Dr. Booker T. Washington. Lastly, by a good woman by his side, he is married to an honorable judge, Judge Joyce London Alexander, retired former chief U.S. magistrate judge of the District of Massachusetts. She was also the first female United States magistrate judge in the United States. She is the past chair of the Judicial Council of the National Bar Association. That's hard stuff, guys, I'm telling you right there. And past chair of the board of the Joint Center for Political and Economic Studies. The Honorable Ford, Johnny Ford, is the proud father of 3 adult children, John, Christopher, and Tiffany, and has 4 grandchildren. It is an absolute honor right now to introduce the Honorable Johnny Ford. Please stand up in this time of greatness for this gentleman.
Give her a round of applause. Your father would be proud of you. Tulsa, get ready. There's a train a-coming. And the train that I'm talking about is not Amtrak. It's not the Dixie Hummingbird. The train that I'm talking about is called the National Conference of Black Mayors Express. It is a train that first pulled out of the station in 1881 when Booker T. Washington founded Greenwood, Tuskegee Institute, Alabama. You know. And Booker T. Washington stepped on board that train. It is a train that in 1885 pulled into Princeville, North Carolina, and Princeville became the first all-black incorporated town in America. And the mayor stepped on board the train. 1887, a train pulled into Mount Bayou, Mississippi, and Montgomery stepped on board the train. In that same year, the train pulled into Eatonville, Florida. And Eatonville, Florida, the home of Zora Neale Hurston, Joe Clark stepped on board the train. 1899, the train pulled into Hobson City, S.L. Davis became the first black mayor in the state of Alabama, stepped on board the train. 1901, the train pulled into Grambling. Charles Adams founded Grambling University, stepped on board that train. That train stopped in small towns and stopped nearly 50 times in the great state of Oklahoma. And Oklahoma had more black mayors and more black towns than any other state in the nation. In 1967, the train pulled into Gary, Indiana. A lawyer named Dick Hatcher stepped on board the train. In that same year, Pretty Carl Stokes, Kappa man, stepped on board the train as mayor of Cleveland. And then, when the train in 1969, Charles Evers said, my brother Medgar Evers has been slain, but still we keep on coming. And Charles Evers was elected the first black mayor of a biracial town in the South in Mound Bayou, Mississippi in 1969. 1970, singing in the tone of Jerry Butler, Only the Strong Shall Survive, young engineer named Ken Gibson stepped on board the train and became mayor of Newark, New Jersey. And then finally in 1972, when the train turned the corner at Montgomery, Alabama, when the train, Dr. Culver, got to Chee Hall, Alabama, when the train got to Tuskegee, Alabama, it was running so fast, it didn't stop, it just slowed up. I hitchhiked, hopped on board that train and stayed on board that train for 24 years. Woo! And so I'm here to tell you that the train not only has stopped in Tuskegee, but it has stopped in more than 700 towns and cities across America, including mayors who serve as mayors of towns in Oklahoma. And in 1973, the train pulled into Taft, Oklahoma, and the first black woman, Mayor Leela Foley, stepped on board that train. Give her a round of applause. And not too long ago, the train pulled into Muskogee, Oklahoma, and a young black mayor stepped on. Stand up, Mr. Mayor. Give him a round of applause. And so I stand here today as the founder of the Alabama Conference of Black Mayors, which grew into the Southern Conference of Black Mayors. And when Marion Barry and Maynard Jackson and mayors from all over the country, Detroit, Coleman Young, and Tom Bradley and others said, we want to join with you Southern mayors, we expanded into a national conference of black mayors. And then we took it to Africa and joined with mayors in Senegal and the Gambia and Ghana. And so now we have a world conference of mayors, Conférence Mondiale des Maires. And I want you to know that more than 100 of those mayors from around the nation are beautiful, brilliant African-American women. Let's give the women a round of applause because tonight is a night to honor our African-American women, our women from Greenwood and Black Wall Street. And so we say to our black women today, we are proud of you, sisters, because you walk not behind us, not in front of us, but side by side outside. And together we shall change this world. I am so proud to be able to stand here as the first African-American mayor of Tuskegee, Alabama, but that could not have been possible had it not been for the foresight of Booker T. Washington. who had the vision to start the first Greenwood in Tuskegee in 1881 and came here in 1905 and saw the great work and unity of black businesses here in Tulsa and in Greenwood and said, this looks like a black Wall Street. Yes, Tulsa, you have a lot to be proud of. And so I'm here today on behalf of the black mayors and leaders from around America to say to Tulsa, like the phoenix of old, you have risen from the ashes. You have turned tragedy into triumph. This Chamber of Commerce, the Greenwood Chamber of Commerce, has become the premier black chamber of commerce in the United States of America. Over 96 years, you have been serving. And so I am so proud that Dr. Culver, who is a graduate of Tuskegee University, you know TU. Give it up for Dr. Culver, who is the president of this chamber. And the star official, give it up to her, who have worked so hard to make this night possible. To all of the members of the Greenwood Chamber of Commerce, stand on your feet and let's let them know how much we appreciate the hard work they have put in to make this night possible. Let's put our hands together and let them know how proud we are. And so I'm here to say tonight that we have built a bridge between the Greenwood Chamber here in Tulsa and the Greenwood community and the Green Fork community in Tuskegee, Alabama. It shall be our goal to promote your Black Wall Street movement here and your Greenwood. We are going to tell your story and encourage the nation and the world to come to Greenwood, to come to Black Wall Street. We will be organizing pilgrimages and bus trips and tours to come to this historic place. You have inspired the world here at Black Wall Street. We stand with you. I am proud to announce that in January we will convene the World Conference of Mayors in the historic black towns and settlements in Orlando, Florida. We will be welcomed there by the mayor of Orange County, the mayor of Orlando, and the mayor of Edenville. And I invite many of you to join us for that collaboration conference. I want Dr. Culver and Starr and the members of the Greenwood Chamber of Commerce to be with us for that meeting so that we can continue to build this strong relationship for this Greenwood Chamber of Commerce. And so you have only just begun. We want to say to you, keep on walking, keep on pushing, Greenwood. And I want to leave the words of this old Irish prayer. May the rose rise to meet ye. May the wind be always at your back. May the sun shine warmly upon your faces. And may the rains fall softly upon your fields. Until we meet again, Greenwood, may God Almighty continue to hold each of you in the palm of your hands. And so I say to you, I invite you to come and visit us in Tuskegee, Alabama, where all of this started. Come to the home of Rosa Parks, who was born in Tuskegee, Alabama on February 4th in 1913. And we shall not stop until we have a national holiday in honor of Mrs. Rosa Parks. She will become the first American woman to have a national holiday named in her honor. Rosa Parks, who was born in Tuskegee, Alabama. Come to Tuskegee, Alabama, the home of the flying, fighting, fearless Tuskegee Airmen. I'm proud to stand here today as an honorary member of the flying, fighting Tuskegee Airmen who flew and fought for our country. And so I say to you today, march on, Greenwood. Don't let anybody turn you right, turn you around. For the Greenwood Chamber of Commerce, you have only just begun. God bless you. I love you. Thank you.
Oh, wow. No, you could do better than that. Okay, come on now. I said you could do better than that. Feel like a little... Never mind, I'm going to stop that. Wow, wasn't that amazing? How many felt like that was kind of reminiscent of old days? Like power. He said something, didn't he? How many of you all felt all riled up with what he was saying? Okay, I'm going to leave that alone. You know, y'all a tough crowd. But all I'm saying is, if that didn't move you, then I don't know what's wrong.
You mean your singing didn't move you?
No, they're not
What?
gonna get moved.
No.
They're not gonna get moved by that.
He said an Irish prayer, and my dad has said that Irish prayer, and I know that they would get along very well, my dad being in ministry also, so I know that it was a speech to remember. So thank you so much again, Johnny. He told me, he's like, just introduce me as, here's Johnny. So there you go.
Well, at this point, you will now hear from The Voice.
Recognized as one of the top 25 women leaders in fintech and chief compliance and risk officer of Greenwood, please welcome the Honorable Lynn Sherry.
Good evening. I am honored to be here tonight. Thank you to the Greenwood Chamber of Commerce for inviting me here today. I bring greetings from Atlanta, Georgia, headquarters of Bank Greenwood. Bank Greenwood is a Black-owned digital banking technology platform named for the Greenwood District. The company was formed in October of 2020 by former Atlanta Mayor and Ambassador Andrew Young, media and music mogul Ryan Glover, and activist and rapper Michael Killer Mike Render. The mission of Greenwood is to bring non-discriminatory banking services to the Black and brown community. Our mission also includes building generational wealth through financial literacy, and also supporting small businesses and nonprofits that support the Black and brown communities. In 1 year, we have amassed a community of almost 600,000 people nationwide who are waiting patiently. I know some of you may be on this wait list. It's real, and it's coming very soon. As a female business leader, I am all too familiar with the challenges and adversity that women face. I am uniquely qualified to make this statement because I have my own story. At 19, I was pregnant, unwed, with no college degree, and little sense of purpose. But through some amazing support from women in the community and my family, I am standing here today as Chief Compliance and Risk Officer with a 20-plus year career in banking and technology. Once I started to follow my faith and walk in my purpose, I doubled down. I joined not one, but 2 career paths that are male-dominated, usually have no Black or brown folks working there, And I paved the way for myself as well as other black women that I brought along for the ride on my train. Women in business make an indelible contribution, and we should always, always make sure they have a seat at the table and a voice in the decisions that are being made. To all the world-class women here tonight, I say thank you. Thank you for your support. Thank you for holding steadfast to your dreams. Thanks for your sacrifice. Many of the things that you do day to day, you may not even know touch someone. Keep doing it. It's needed. The next generation of women coming through need us. And as you heard earlier, it is our responsibility to bring them through. I have my own herd, 3 daughters, 2 granddaughters, and that's where I practice, and then I take it to the office. Take it anywhere that I am invited to speak, and I'm looking forward to working here in the Greenwood District along with all of you, as well as nationwide through our Bank Greenwood platform. At this time, I'd like to call Dr. Freeman Culver to the stand. Maybe not. Or representative. Tonight, I'm excited to announce a new undertaking between Bank Greenwood and the Greenwood Chamber of Commerce. Around Greenwood in the district, you've probably heard a little about us. You've probably seen the mural that we commissioned for the 100-year anniversary. Tonight, we are announcing a 5-year strategic partnership with the Greenwood Chamber of Commerce and would like to present this check for $25,000. Whoa! Oh! So this donation is just the start of what's to come. We look forward to working with Dr. Culver, the Greenwood Chamber of Commerce, and the local Greenwood businesses to bring forth the dream.
I always want a big check.
Thank you, good night, and happy holidays. You're welcome.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Fatoti M. Shahari.
Good evening, beautiful people. Put your hands together if you sit next to somebody beautiful. Y'all looking good, looking good. Now, my name is Fatoti M. Shahari. This is an interactive poem, so I'm gonna need, I know y'all looking good. You are beautiful out there, but you're not too cute to make some noise. Trust me, you will still be beautiful after you make some noise, all right? So when I say, where are the world-class women, I'm gonna need the women to say, right here. Let's try it. Where are the world-class women? Right here. Ooh, that's what I'm talking about. One more time, give it to me one more time. Where are the world-class women? Right here. World-class women have been honored by the Greenwood Chamber this evening, are born leaders whose leadership skills were honed in the fires of oppression and necessity. Movements don't move without great people becoming who they must be to get to the place they're destined to be. There's basically 2 types of leaders. Well, there's many more, but we're going to talk about 2 tonight. Egotistical leaders become leaders because they need to be in charge. But selfless leaders lead because people need them to lead the charge. Everybody wants to be captain of the ship until sharks come and storms rage, and wave after wave of trials and tribulation either sinks them or leaves them clinging to the coulda, woulda, shouldas like driftwood floating in a sea of squandered time, talent, and opportunity. Without good leadership, families, movements, societies, companies succumb to chaos while dreams drown in an ocean of wasted potential because they didn't have a competent captain to lead the charge. If you want something done right, do it yourself, is the outdated motto of the stressed out leader with control issues and aching arms from rowing a boat by himself too long. But prudent leaders don't try to lead by themselves. Prudent leaders tame the tempest by assembling a team of smart people, talented people who are tough enough to make it through the tough times. Leadership is not about wielding power over those who follow you. It's about empowering those who trust you. Effective leaders see the butterfly in the caterpillar, and they motivate them to endure the pains of change and metamorphosis. So when the purpose is perfected, the butterfly defies gravity and haters while holding hands with the wind and sipping nectar through succulent marigolds. So for every butterfly, eagle, phoenix they've inspired, we honor Rosa Parks, Clara Looper, Eddie Faye Gates, Maxine Horner, Rose Washington, Martha Vaughan, Layla Foley Davis, I hope I got that right, Karen Keith, Star Fisher, Miss Billy, my mama Teresa Jordan, my sister, the business owners on Greenwood, the Greenwood Chamber, and last but certainly not least, where are the women of the world in here? One more again. I hear you over here. Over here, they seem like they're a little too cute to speak. Let me see. Where are the world-class women? Sure are. Y'all take good.
Let's give him another round of applause. I am here to do the World Class Leaders Awards. So can I have the Honorable Colleen J. Payne Neighbor come to the stage? Valerie Collins Harding, could you please come to the stage? As well as the Honorable Karen Keith, the Honorable Valerie Collins Harding, as well as the Honorable Karen Keith. Can you all please make your way to the stage, please? Karen Keith is the Tulsa County Commissioner of District 2. Yes, you all can stay down there, that's fine. As well as Colleen is a founder and the president of MCI Diagnostic Center, and it was listed in Inc. 5000. And Colleen is an R&B singer. I want to tell a short story. Colleen, I don't know if she remembers this, but years ago, she is a serious businesswoman. I was writing a book, and I needed some help and some instructions on writing a book. And I said, I got a problem with a book. I need help. And she said, well, if you're going to write a book, you're going to have to get serious, right? And she said, and you got to send your book off to some serious publishers. How many of you all know that I needed that because I had dyslexia? As well as Miss Valerie, I've had the pleasure of knowing her for years and hearing her beautiful, amazing voice serenade people on so many occasions. And I just want to say it's an honor to be here to present the award for leaders. And Miss Karen Keith, how many of you all know that it is not easy for a woman to be in politics? Oh, come on, you could do better than that. It is not easy. Well, she's been here and she's been serving District 2 and doing an amazing job. So can you all give them all a round of applause, please? And we are going to present them with awards for world-class leaders. I'm so excited to be here. It is an honor to be here. And it is good to see you again. She looking like I'm going to get you when you get on stage. All right. Got the beautiful awards coming. You all can bring them this way. Can you all stand there for pictures for a moment? Can we give them another round of applause? So, you all, at the beginning of the program, we forgot one intricate thing. And so, before we do that, Valerie, can you come and sing the Black National Anthem?
And I do apologize. I do. I thank Star and the Greenwood Chambers. But today is what my life actually is like. It's been like since my first son has been born 23 years ago. I sing, but I do have a family that I have to take care of. My son had a football banquet today, so I had to attend that. I wasn't going to go, but I went and I came here. But that's how my life has been all through these years of me singing. So I do apologize, but I have you guys right now. Bobby Moffitt on keys.
Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicings rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Y'all can keep singing with me. Sing a song full of the hope that the presence has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us, facing the rising sun of our new day begun. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea.
Gorgeous, gorgeous. I'm so glad you could get here. Family's first, though, right? Okay, so I have the honor of giving the award for the World Class Legacy Award. And my friend Johnny here was so passionate in his speech, and I said, I just want you to read about Rosa Parks, because I think that you could read about Rosa Parks much better than I can. And I'm honored to bring you back here and talk about Miss Rosa Parks and the Legacy Award that we're giving this evening. All right, Johnny, take it away.
First of all, let's give it up for the memory of Mrs. Rosa Louisa Parks, an ordinary woman who did extraordinary things, was not only the mother of the modern civil rights movement, she was a human rights activist, the woman who will always be remembered for refusing to give up her seat on a segregated bus showed us how to live regardless of circumstances in quiet human dignity with kindness and devotion as we serve the needs of others. She wishes to be remembered most for her love and work to educate children. On February 4th, 1913, in Tuskegee, Alabama, James and Lenora Edwards Mccauley became the proud parents of their first child, Rosa Louisa Mccauley. Her compassion was evident early on, and in her teens, she set aside her dream of becoming an educator. And Rosa Parks devoted her early childhood to the care of her grandmother and later for her mother. In 1931, Raymond Parks became her husband. Rosa joined the Montgomery NAACP in 1943, following the request of a childhood friend, Johnny Rebecca Carr, who also was my very dear friend. Raymond Parks was a member in good standing who took a no-nonsense approach to civil rights and believed in economic empowerment. With Parks, he began to work with Dr. E.D. Nixon, my dear friend, whom I had the honor as mayor to name the first public housing development in the history of Tuskegee, Alabama, in honor of Dr. E.D. Nixon. E.D. Nixon was the father of the Montgomery bus movement. Rosa Parks was a mother. They worked hand in hand. My attorney and good friend, Fred Gray, whom I spoke to today, was the attorney for the movement. Rosa Parks got on the bus December 1st, 1955. Rosa Parks sat down on the bus, but when she sat down, she was really standing up for freedom and justice everywhere across this country. Rosa Parks started a movement that initiated the winds of change blowing across the face of Dixie. The Montgomery bus boycott for 381 days, black people in Montgomery, Alabama chose to walk rather than to ride a segregated bus. And finally, the courts ruled that segregation, after Mrs. Parks had gone to jail, represented by our attorney Fred Gray, and got out of jail, 381, the courts ruled that segregated transportation was against the law. And because of her decision, integrated public transportation became a reality in the United States of America. Young college students, both black and white, got on buses and they took a ride for freedom and started the freedom rides in this country, thanks to the courage of Mrs. Rosa Parks. Because of young college students like John Lewis, who was willing to get into trouble, sat down at lunch counters in Greensboro and started a sit-in movement in this country. Shuttlesworth in Birmingham, Alabama said to Bull Connor, "You can sick the dogs on us, but we shall not let anybody turn us around in our quest for freedoms." Rosa Parks started and ignited that movement. I'll never forget, at her funeral, more than 5,000 people packed into a church. I had the honor, those of us who were the 3 mayors for Rosa Parks, yours truly, her mayor in Tuskegee, Alabama, mayor of Montgomery, Alabama, and the mayor of Detroit. The 3 of us proclaimed official days of honor in honor of Mrs. Rosa Parks during her funeral. Rosa Parks will go down in history. A lady who had the courage of Samson, a lady who had the courage of one who was not afraid of anything and who was willing to give her life. Within months of her life, of her death, Rosa Parks continued to stand up for freedom and justice, and she was recognized by that. Rosa Parks said, as long as people use tactics to oppress or restrict other people from being free, there is work to be done. In recognition of her life as a testament to this ideal, she was nominated for a Nobel Peace Prize and was the recipient of many awards, the Spin Gun Medal from the NAACP, the President's Medal of Freedom, and the Congressional Gold Medal. She became the first woman to lie in state in our national capital in the United States of America. And with your support, because Congresswoman Terry Sewell of Alabama, Congresswoman Joyce Beatty, the chair of the Congressional Black Caucus, and Congressman Jim Cooper of Tennessee have introduced in Congress a bill to declare a national holiday in honor of Rosa Parks. With your support around America and from Tulsa and the rest of the world, we shall make Rosa Parks Day a national holiday for Rosa Parks and the first U.S. woman to have a national federal holiday named in her honor. Would you stand on your feet, put your hands together, and let the whole world hear you clap in memory of Mrs. Rosa Louisa McCullough Parks.
And here to accept the World Class Legacy Award on behalf of the Rosa Parks Legacy is Mr. Eddie Levert Jr.
How y'all doing? I'm here to accept the award for Miss Rosa Mccauley Parks. I'm working with her family right now to do a big documentary project with the family, and it's really emotional for me because Miss Parks went through a lot of things after the boycott that people don't know, and she was used by a lot of people. And I'm here to just say I appreciate everything that you guys are giving her. We're going to do a lot and get this holiday done. I brought Senator Connie Johnson up here with me to say something. She's running for governor and of Oklahoma, and she wants to say a couple words too.
Thank you, Eddie. First, giving honor to God. It is a pleasure to be here this afternoon and to be with my friend Eddie Levert Jr. on this occasion honoring Rosa Parks. The mayor took all of our talking points, so we're just excited. I bring the experience with Senator Maxine Horner, and having written the language that created the Juneteenth holiday in Oklahoma, which ultimately led to the passage and enactment of a national Juneteenth holiday. So we're doing the same thing for Miss Rosa Parks. She is the woman in addition to Clara Lupa and my friend Leela Davis, on whose shoulders all of the beautiful black women in this space are standing today. Congratulations, Mrs. Parks, and congratulations to each and every one of you. Thank you.
That's what I thought. I was like, Eddie Levert is in the house? I'm like, a family member? Oh, Casanova. I thought you was finna get it, man. Then you said you're making documentaries. I was like, what in the world? You know, all the singers in the family, he making documentaries. I thought you was finna, I ain't much on Casanova. Me and Romeo ain't never been friends. Wait. Can't you see how much I really... Y'all better come on. Wanna say it to you time and time again. Didn't it get good? Oh, Casanova. I'm sorry. Y'all quit. The after party starts at 10, not right now. I know. But we getting ready to read the bio for Miss Maxine Horner. Can we have our children come up to the stage for us, please? Come on, clap your hands. Come on. The late, great Maxine Horner. I now know why celebrities wear sunglasses on stage. I used to think they was always on drugs or something. But because I got glasses on, the light is actually blinding me right now. So I'm not going to be mad when Snoop Dogg and them have them glasses on no more. Because I know they can't really see, because I can't see none of y'all right now.
He just left me. I'm not as funny as you are. But okay, so this is Maxine Horner, and we just want to let everybody know all about her. She's the first African-American woman to be hired in DX Sunray Oil Company, one of the first African-American women to serve in the Oklahoma State Senate, serving from 1986 to 2004. In 94, she pushed the legislature to pass law declaring Juneteenth a state holiday. Founder of the Oklahoma Jazz Hall of Fame, passing legislation that created OLAP, the Oklahoma Higher Learning Access Program, which funds scholarships to Oklahoma colleges for students from families that earn $50,000 or less in income, and the co-founder of the Greenwood Cultural Center. All right, so the award, are we doing this for you, Sherry? Come up here and help me on this one because I don't have my program or my rundown. This is for Maxine. He's looking at me, he's like, I don't know what you're talking about. It's live TV, so does anybody know a joke? The award, this is for the Honorable Senator Maxine Horner. We have Miss Sherry Tisdale here. Hey.
Okay, so I didn't get a chance to meet Miss Maxine Waters on many occasions, but I do know, Horner, I'm sorry. Well, I was like Warner. I'm sorry, y'all. I forgot she's a senator in another state. I'm sorry. But I wanted to say a wonderful woman, but I do know these two young people, and I know that it is a blessing that she has, done so much for the state of Oklahoma. I actually didn't know a lot because I am a transplant from here, but during her passing, I learned so much more about her contribution. And so what I would say is, can you all give her another round of applause as they receive the award on behalf of their mother? Paige Dickey holds a BM in education from the University of Arkansas and an MM in opera performance from Oklahoma City University. Page is a regular featured soloist at the First United Methodist Church in Tulsa and has been a long-term member of the Tulsa Opera Chorus, where she is also an outreach artist through the Philstrop Residential Artist Program. A versatile performer, Page also enjoys singing musical theater, her most recent production being Theater Tulsa, A Little Night Music. As a highly respected voice teacher, Page served as a high school music teacher, collegiate of voice, and she is currently on the faculty of the Bart Music School. Keeson Drozdoff is a professional pianist in the Tulsa area. She earned her doctorate degree in piano performance at the Michigan State University. Originally from South Korea, she got her bachelor's degree and master's degree from the Dongduk Women's University before acquiring a master in both piano performance and chamber music from the University of South Florida. She has extensive experience with solo playing, accompanying, chamber music, church music, and opera. Keeson premiered and recorded multiple contemporary pieces. She is a pianist for the Duke University Choral as well as Oral Roberts University. Currently, she is an outreach pianist, principal pianist for Tulsa Opera, and associate pianist for the First United Methodist Church here in Tulsa, as well as a staff accompanist at Oral Roberts University. Please put your hands together and welcome them as they come and share their piece of music.
Thank you so much for having us. I was asked to sing for this, and it's such an honor. And I will be singing Climb Every Mountain, which so many women in here have climbed that mountain, and it's so inspiring. And so I hope this song is just a gift to you in any way.
Every
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage, founder of the Greenwood Project, the Honorable Heather Nash.
Good evening. My name is Heather Nash, and I'm the co-founder of Greenwood Project, along with Shelly Butler Davis, who's also in the audience this evening, sitting way in the back. But this evening, the reason why the Greenwood Project came about is because a lot of descendants this year thought that they had been kind of left out of the festivities that were going on. Our voices weren't being heard. I am a descendant of Ruth Dean Nash, who was 7 years old when 1921 massacre took place. I'm a little emotional right now, so forgive me. But I'm not also a descendant of just my grandmother who was in the massacre. I'm also a descendant of Lady Mae Solomon, who was actually came here. Her grandmother came here on the Trail of Tears with the Creek Nation. And so they found themselves living in Taft, Oklahoma. So I'm also from the Black Townships. I'm also from Greenwood, and I'm also a freedman, but we weren't actually freedmen. We were actually blood Indians. But the thing is, we were lost in this whole thing this year, and that bothered a lot of us. And so we came together to get a voice for those who had relatives that were survivors. They're no longer living, but we matter too. We matter too. And Greenwood wasn't just about the black business owners. It was about those that supported them. And so my grandmother didn't own a business, but she was a landowner. She worked in people's homes. She made money. She saved money. By the time she died, she had 3 properties that she left between 12 kids. So she was a working person in Greenwood and had pride. I can remember being a little girl on Greenwood because my grandparents lived on Greenwood. My mom and my dad would walk down to Cannon's store to get candy, and he thought my mama was fine. So he would give us candy trying to holler at her while my daddy was in the barbershop getting his hair cut. So I remember Greenwood. I remember the long stairs when we used to go over to Miss Nolan's house and hang out on the stairs. And I was 100% Ellie Mae Clampett. But when I was at Miss Nolan's house, I thought I was a beauty queen because she had these huge steps that I could wave and do all that. So Greenwood, I have really good memories about Greenwood, even though I was born in 1971. There was some stuff that was still there. And I didn't know the value of Greenwood until I got older and had my own children. Greenwood wouldn't have happened. I tell people this all the time. I've always told my children this. Greenwood didn't happen because we were included. It happened because we were excluded. And if we change our mindset and get back to that, we could become self-sufficient again in that manner. And so the Greenwood Project is delivered from that. Shelly Butler Davis, her family were business owners on Greenwood. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, both sides of her family were. Oklahoma has a rich history. And I'll never forget an Indian teacher I had in 9th grade at Memorial High School. Miss Davis told me that Oklahoma was meant to be for Black and Native Americans. That's why there are so many black townships here. I remember when my uncle was the mayor of Taft, Oklahoma, he owned a black rodeo there, and I couldn't figure out why there was such a pride, but now I know why. He used to tell us all the time, cowboys didn't mean nothing back then, but cowboys started whooping people's butts, and cattlemen wanted to become a cowboy. So cowboys are bigger than cattlemen. And so that's the world we come from if you come from Oklahoma. There's a pride that we should have that we don't because it's not put in our history books. So when we talk about history, I tell people this all the time. It's not about having a black history class. It's about making sure that black history is included in the history of America, period. And so that's what the Greenwood Project is about. And so when you see us here in the future, we have partnered with the Greenwood Chamber. We just did the Blocktober this year with the Greenwood Chamber. We're going to be doing much more to get our community out there, to get it known who we are. I want Oklahoma to be the Mecca that it was supposed to be for black people. So I hope you wish the Greenwood Project happiness and prosperity, and the same with Greenwood Chamber. Please donate to the Greenwood Chamber. It's the oldest agency in the country as far as I'm concerned, and it needs the money so that we can support more and more black businesses. Thank you.
Let's give her another round of applause, please.
One more round of applause for the Queen. Miss Oklahoma is in the building. Speaking of queens, this queen is the executive director of the Miss Black Tulsa pageant, Tulsa community advocate, a national queen maker, and a life student of the late Clara Luper. Please put your hands together and welcome the Honorable Janetta Williams.
As a pageant director, one question we always ask young women is, who is the most influential woman in your life other than a relative? My answer is simply Clara Shepard Luper. Most people know that in 1958, with a motion led by her daughter, Marlon, they decided to stage a sit-in. And with 13 young black children, she changed the landscape of Oklahoma and the United States lunch counters with one simple statement: Coca-Cola, please. She trained young people to be prepared for what surely would come next. They endured, and the law was changed. People asked her why she didn't use adults, and she stated she wanted adults to keep their jobs because any uprising against the status quo could quickly mean the loss of black Americans' livelihood or their lives. And the protests needed to be nonviolent because the stakes were just too high. Clara Luper was an icon, a historian, an educator, a civil rights activist, a writer, a fighter, and a mother to three and to all that knew her. She once told me to walk like I had somewhere to go, and time waits for no one. If you are a history student at University of Oklahoma, you will study at the Clara Luper Department of African and African American Studies. If you go to the post office in downtown Oklahoma City, you will walk into the Clara Luper post office. If you go any direction on Northeast 23rd in front of our state capitol, you will be driving on the Clara Luper corridor. Miss Luper was the only woman in the history of the state of Oklahoma that laid in state after her death. This is why she is a world-class legacy. May I introduce to you, in honor of her mother, the young lady who asked for that motion for the sit-in. One of the youths who said, Coca-Cola, please. Ladies and gentlemen, my sister and an icon in her own right, Miss Marilyn Luper Hildreth.
Thank you, Janetta. I am indeed honored to be here tonight. And thank you so much for honoring my mother. I realize that the pages of American history, of Oklahoma history, are filled with the lives of great women. Women who, by their sacrificial lives, have changed the course of this great state and nation of ours. On behalf of my sister, Shelley, and my brother, Calvin, on behalf of my grandmother, who moved to the servant quarters of Oklahoma City to educate my mother, on behalf of my grandfather that served in the war but never had an opportunity to sit down in the restaurant. And on behalf of my mother that sleeps in yonder's grave, who went to jail 26 times so we could come and sit down in a place like this. I say thank you, Tulsa, for honoring her. And on behalf of the Clara Lupa Legacy Committee, I just want to say thank you. We learned a good lesson that when you try and you fail, to keep trying. And when the struggle gets hard and you get stabbed in your back, get up and keep trying. And my mother taught me one lesson that I want to tell you about. She taught us this, and I think that everybody needs to teach their kids to believe in the rain when the rain does not fall. To believe in the sun when the sun doesn't shine. But believe in a God that you've never seen. Thank you, Tulsa.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage Miss Elisa Joseph, VP and Director of Programs, U.S. Black Chamber of Commerce.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for having me tonight. I want to thank the Greenwood Black Chamber, the Board of Directors, Dr. Freeman Culver, for their warm welcome of me. We are so pleased to be a part of the work that's going to go on here in Tulsa and in Greenwood specifically. If you happen to attend the opening or ribbon cutting of the Women's Business Center, we are partnering with the Greenwood Black Chamber to bring that to Greenwood and to Tulsa. And so I'm honored to be part of what we'll be doing. I hope that you'll support us. Collaboration will be really key to this. And as I listen to this tonight, what's really become apparent is God's divine intervention in everything that we're doing and how everything is coming together for the greater good of not only building women business owners, but building strong Black businesses. So thank you again for having me. Enjoy your evening.
Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for comedian Randall Lopez.
Y'all sleep? Y'all woke? Is this the X-rated part of the show? No, I'm just joking. This ain't. Came to wake y'all up. Y'all doing good? Y'all give yourself a round of applause for coming out tonight. I'm glad y'all came out. This is a good turnout. I thought I was going to waste the outfit tonight. You know, Tulsa kind of janky. Black people, you know how we hate to waste an outfit. Matter of fact, we'll make up extra places to go if we don't think enough people seen us yet. Y'all ever did that? Y'all. Let me go by Uncle John's house. I ain't seen him in 20 years, but I didn't get my hair did for nothing. That's how we rolled. Glad to see y'all having a good time. You know, the world has been going crazy. We got a lot of shit just holding us back. We got a lot of things. Dollar Tree done said they going to $1.25. Ain't that something? I told my kids, I said, we can't even have Christmas this year. This quarter is killing me. COVID didn't set us back. Man, I'm happy to see people out. We get a chance to be out. You know, COVID had us locked down. Enjoy your holidays. We got to take advantage of these holidays. We didn't have holidays last year. Y'all notice that? We didn't even have Easter. Did y'all notice that? I'm like, how the hell Jesus ain't going to rise? This is crazy. So take advantage of these holidays. I know I took advantage of Black Friday. We had a Black Friday this year. Anybody Black Friday shop? Because we didn't have Black Friday last year. I had to take advantage of this year. But this year I thought it would be more relaxed to go Black Friday shopping with my white friends. But white people, that's when I found out y'all don't Black Friday shop like we Black Friday shop. Black people, when we Black Friday shop, we getting the electronics, we getting the good stuff, we getting the TVs, we getting the tablets. I'm out Black Friday shopping with my white friends. They out looking for Tupperware. I'm like, Tupperware. Then one of my white friends had the nerve to ask me some racist question. He was like, you know what, Randall, why come black people don't have Tupperware? I'm like, what kind of stuff is that? I'm like, hold on now, black people, we got Tupperware. We just don't got the lids. Black people, why we here? Where are our lids at? Who taking our lids? So white people, we got Tupperware. We just can't stack our stuff in a refrigerator like y'all. That's just. Got to take advantage of stuff. There's too much going on in the world. We got to, man, be happy, have fun. It's another mass shooting a couple weeks ago. What tripped me out about these mass shooters, they got the same excuse, don't they? Every time a mass shooting happened, the same ones say the same excuse. Voices in my head made me do it. I'm going to tell y'all a little story. One time I was 10 years old. My mama called me jumping on her couch. She said, boy, what would make you sit here and jump on my couch? I said, voices in my head made me do it. She said, how many of them was it? I said, I don't know, like 3 of them. You know, my mama grabbed a belt, a switch, and a shoe. Gave me 3 different whoopings. I was like, I ain't heard from them voices since. They ain't called or text or nothing. I ain't saying whoop your kids, but what I'm saying is I ain't shot up no school. That's what I'm saying. Getting raised old school. Anybody have old school parents? Old school, that's great. Old school, that's what I'm talking about. Old school parents, they had their good. It was their good and bad. They got their good and bad, pros and cons to have old school parents. Good, they got a lot of wisdom come with old school parents. But one of the bad things, my mom, I had an old school mom, and my mom was old school, but one thing with my mama, she just didn't get technology like that. Technology got the best of my mama. She didn't know how to text. She didn't understand text lingo. She didn't understand how to work a phone that good. So one time I sent my mom a text message by accident because, sometimes, when you with your mate, you try to get intimate, and you might send them a little sexy text message. My mama's so old school and old fashioned, she didn't even realize I had sent her the wrong text message. I text my mama and said, what you got on? She texted me back and said, a pot of beans. I'm like, can't stand them old school people. I can't wait to see Johnny Gill tonight. Johnny Gill, give it up for Johnny. We had Eddie Levert in the house, all these R&B singers. But you gotta be careful with these R&B singers. They'll have you doing some crazy stuff. Johnny Gill, my, that's cool. But sometimes you gotta cut Johnny off. Johnny Gill got a song that he say, tonight I'm not gonna stop till the bed on fire. Now, Johnny. In this song, he don't explain to you, make sure you have renter's insurance, make sure she ain't on Section 8. He don't explain none of this to you. Now you got to explain to your landlord and renter center why the bed on fire. Might not be how you roll. But I want to keep y'all long tonight. I appreciate y'all for coming out. But I see a lot of men in here tonight, and I really appreciate that. I feel like this is, where we celebrating women, and I feel like as men, we don't celebrate women enough as we should. So I would like every man in this room to stand and just give every woman in here a round of applause. Because whether you're an entrepreneur or not, I'm telling every woman here tonight, you worthy. And we appreciate y'all for coming out looking beautiful. That's my time, y'all. I'm Randall Lopez.
Let's give him another round of applause. I am here to present the World Class Legacy Keeper Award. Tried by fire in the industry, Martha Vaughan Legacy Keeper Award. When Martha Vaughan started her career in radio in 1993, she had already had 5 children. Her youngest was a toddler, her oldest was headed off to college. So starting a new career may not have been on the agenda. Martha began in radio almost 30 years ago in a small station in Sand Springs, 1340 AM, KTOW, and then to KBEZ, then K-Hits. She moved to Clear Channel, but while at KMOD, she was there when there was a time when radio stations could only have like 5 formatted stations. And when she was there, she became top salesperson. Finally landing to K-Jams with Perry Publishing Broadcasting in 2003. A few years later, in 2007, she will be given the opportunity to take the helm, get this, as the first black female general manager of a radio station in Oklahoma. Oh no, come on, you could clap for that. Martha admitted to knowing very little about radio sales. In fact, during her first interview, after hearing the response of an interviewer, the owner said, "Do you know anything about radio?" To which she replied, "No, I don't." He said, "You're hired." Longtime salesperson Harry Cooper had become her mentor and helped her to understand the fundamentals of radio sales. She learned quickly that radio sales was about one-on-one connection as well as supporting someone's business. Martha looks at the Legacy Keeper Award winner as someone who creates a path and a footprint while creating a footprint. She laid the groundwork for those to come. It wasn't easy. There will be some of those who would say that she probably don't deserve what she has today. Her first sale was to the Bowley Rodeo, and it is one of Oklahoma's first black towns. Martha learned that she had to be tougher or she would have got bowled over. Martha is still at the top of her career as the general manager and vice president at Perry Publishing and Broadcasting in Tulsa, and as they say, the rest is her story. Please welcome to the stage, Martha Vaughan.
Thank you, Kimiko. Good evening. I'm Martha Vaughan, and God bless you all, and happy holidays to you. I want to say thank you to the Greenwood Chamber and Starfish You, and congratulations to all the women who are being recognized for their outstanding work. Can I get some water, please? Thank you. I'm gonna hold my water. I'm grateful to have been selected as the recipient of the Legacy Keeper Award, and honored to have what I have put into my life and work recognized. Thanks goes to my family and my friends, as well as to Mr. Russell and Perry, who trusted me to take the helm of his company and spread my wings and to become and come into my full potential while being there in the last 17 years. He once referred to me as, in a sales meeting, as a chainsaw, unplugged, but still working. But you know, my friends that know me know I'm meek and I'm mild, and I don't really push my issue. But that's not true. Legacy. Legacy is something that's handed down. What I'm handing down are my footprints. And I want to share a memory from me, my Martha Vaughan memory. I was raised in the country in Sapulpa, Oklahoma. Sapulpa. And you say country, how? I say country, no inside plumbing, propane gas, poke salad growing wild, well water, as well as Ringer washing machines and castor oil. It solved everything, according to my parents. One day I decided to plant some corn. Now, I had never planted anything, but I was given some seed, told where I could plant it, and how far to dig. So I dug it, I put my corn in, and my seeds grew. And they grew, and then one day they started to die. And I'm thinking, what did I do wrong? Along comes my father, and he says, you didn't plant deep enough. So he takes a section of where I was, and he started digging. I'm laying here crying over my dead corn, and he's digging and showing me rusty nails and bottle caps and, broken glass. And he said, you didn't dig deep enough for your corn to grow or to breathe. And I'm like, all of this stuff underneath my corn? Who knew there was a second level of dirt underneath there? I just checked out, and I started thinking, as I remember, about the year 2000. The year 2000, I'd be grown up, and I'd be smarter. And I could push a button, and probably everything that the Jetsons were doing would be there. If you don't know what the Jetsons are, it's okay. But I thought, the year 2000, this is going to be a good year for me. I'm going to be okay. But, I went to bed that night, and I thought, oh, man, I failed. But in a couple of days, I was over it. I had no idea that planting corn would become a part of my legacy. But it did spiritually. And it started in my thoughts, and it stayed with me today because I genuinely go deep with those I care about. Even if they have rusty nails or shards of glass in the personality that they're presenting as an individual, I overlook it, and I try to impart the Martha that I know for them, and that's who I try to be. Look past that thing, because they are a part of who I am called to be a part of. Now I'm going to read this next part to you because I'm not that good at remembering and memorizing. This part that I want to talk to you about is who I am. My life has been full of moments that I've had to turn up the Martha Vaughan volume as I found myself walking in places I had no idea where to go and having to create a new confidence by embracing my flaws as an individual, only to find that my flaws were not my kryptonite. They were actually my strong point. God gives everyone certain gifts. My best gift, I believed, is I am genuine when I deal with anyone. And if you have a part to play in each other's lives, and I have a part to play in your life, I don't mind digging a little deeper with you. People, when they're communicating together, they know that they have a part to play in that person's life. And not every time do they do it, but they should. So I am thankful for that gift that I have it, and God gives it gift. And when I look at you today, I say to you, I leave my footprint as a blueprint. And it's an honor, and I hope for those who follow will find the ability to be comfortable in their own skin. That's when you'll create your own identity to become exactly who you want to be. If you cannot find a place in your own skin to be comfortable, you won't ever be able to communicate with people, because you'll always be thinking in your mind, I should do this, I should do that. But it's not true. That flaw that's within you is not a kryptonite that makes you weak. It is the thing that makes you the powerful personality that you are. I will always cherish my friends and give them that part of me that is not my kryptonite, but my flaws and me being comfortable in my own skin. So, thank you for allowing me to leave my footprints in your life. God bless you.
I love that woman. I met her when I was at Clear Channel, and she came up to me. She said, "It's so good to see you." And I looked at her. I'm like, "You have no idea how good it is to see you," because there are some people that really do just leave that footprint in your life. And Martha was always very, very kind to me while on TV, and she's a beautiful human being. Right now, what I want to do is mention our next. This is for the World Class Survivor Award. This is the Honorable Harriet Emerson Johnson. Yes, go ahead and applaud. She is the daughter of the late John R. Emerson and Helen Brittle Emerson, and the granddaughter of John R. Emerson Sr. and Louise Davis Holland, both Black Wall Street Massacre survivors. She had a strong family and education, friends, church, community, and role models were very abundant in her life. She moved away from Tulsa at the age of 12, came back to Tulsa later on, and was able to take care of her parents. Education, she says, was always a top priority for her. She was a 1975 graduate of Booker T. Washington. Woo woo! I know my bonus daughter goes there, love it. And she was also a graduate from Northeastern Oklahoma A&M in Miami, Oklahoma, with a BS in Business Management from Langston University. She believes in miracles, and this is a true miracle because she is a survivor of a heart attack, pancreatitis, sepsis, coma for 31 days, and also breast cancer. She's a blessed woman, and she said a lot of blessings have been over her. She says throughout her recovery and to this day, her motto is, continue to focus on the step in front of you, not the entire staircase. So I want to bring up on stage right now for the World Class Survivor Award. Is she here? Is she here? We've got the stars going. Come on, Harriet Emerson Johnson. There you are, lovely. Please give her a huge round of applause.
My sister's actually going to speak for me because I still get so emotional with everything that I've gone through and the things that the Lord has truly blessed me with. Anything happens to you, don't just wallow in your pity. Continue to reach out. And I just want to say thank you to my complete circle of friends who have actually brought me through all of this. And my sister's going to speak on my behalf.
On behalf of Harriet Emerson Johnson and the entire Emerson family, and friends, we want to say thank you to the Greenwood Chamber, to Reverend Freeman Culver, and of course to Star Fisher, who brought this all together. We say thank you. Just a little bit about Harriet's journey. She had a heart attack. I was on my way back from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Got to a hospital. She had stents put in. Lo and behold, I come back again from out of town. I told her I was going to quit going out of town. She ended up in the hospital for 32 days, unconscious with sepsis. 32 days unconscious. The weekend I left, the nurse looked at me and I said, "It don't look good." She said, "I can't say anything," but she just looked at me. Oh, but there is a God. They restarted her heart. They had to stop her heart and start it back. After that, she had surgery again, even after she was unconscious for 32 days, okay? She came through that. Then she had to go back again for another surgery. She's been through a lot. You can see that she could barely get up the stairs. But she's gone back to work. She's dedicated to Dean Witter Morgan Stanley. She's dedicated to Greater St. John, to Vernon AME Church now, previously St. John AME Church. She gives to her class, World Class 75, Booker T. Washington High School. She gives, okay, of her time and her finances as well. She gives to our family. She's still the rock since my mother and father is gone now. But she's had a journey. Don't you give up. Don't you give in, because this should be an example of you can still go on no matter what happens in your life. World-class women, push on, push forward, and become what God has given you, the good talent that He's given you to become the greatest women of the world.
All right, give another round of applause. This next person I'm bringing to the stage, I have a whole bio that I'm going to read, but I'm just going to tell a very intimate story. I believe he's a man that needs no introduction to this Tulsa community, and not only to this Tulsa community, but to the world at large. However, ironically enough, when I had a television show, I said that on a television show, and the lady that's one of the producers at the station, she said, "You should still introduce him and tell who he is, because people may not know him." I'm about to bring to the stage a person that has gone through so many different things because he said something that made a lot of people mad. And he said that all people were saved and they had an opportunity. I know you're looking like, how was that bad? Well, this guy has literally set the world on fire in 2 arenas. He did that when he was preaching the word of God and changing lives. He also did that when he came with this startling revelation. And I remember one time when I was a young pastor in Coffeyville, Kansas, I decided that I would take a trip to Tulsa, Oklahoma to visit this gentleman. And I went to go see him downtown. And I said, the first thing I said, I don't really agree with you. And you know what he said to me? Because I thought he was what everybody said he was. He was crazy. He said, "I don't need you to agree with me." He said, "But I'm trying to get you to think." All right? So this man that I'm bringing to the stage, if you haven't had a chance to see the movie about his life on Netflix, you need to check it out. It is called Come Sunday. I introduce and bring to the stage right now, some of you all know him as Bishop Carlton Pearson, and now he goes by Carlton Pearson, but I'm still calling him the Bishop. Carlton Pearson, come to the stage.
Thank you, Corey. I wasn't expecting that, but thank you. Some people just call me son of a bishop and these days, and I'm cool with that. I'm here tonight to, and by the way, when I said that people are saved, that's from the Christian perspective, that in the finished work of the cross, the world's sins are atoned for. They just don't know it. The good news is that the bad news is all wrong. And so we should tell people that there's no issue, if you call yourself a Christian, between them and God that hasn't been resolved by Christ. I just had to say that. Otherwise, you think I'm crazy, and some of you still might. And I might think you crazy. I'm here tonight particularly to introduce, she's down as First Lady. She's really not in the sense of the pastor's wife. That would be Natalie. This is the pastor's mother of the Transformation Church, one of the greatest churches in Tulsa, founded by her son, Michael, who was appointed by one of my associates, Gary McIntosh. Many years ago, I hired both Bishop McIntosh and Brenda and Tommy Todd 40 years ago to move to Tulsa. And when they moved, Tommy and Brenda, and I had met Brenda when she was Miss Grambling, and I was preaching a revival in Shreveport, Louisiana. She was so charming. Wasn't it great? It was Graham. She was so charming, so vibrant, so articulate, so full of her vibrations were so high. I thought, who is this? And gorgeous. She wasn't married to Tommy yet. And I had just come off a 21-day fast, and boy, was I looking. But the Lord, I said, that fast didn't work that good this time. But she came forth. Later I met Tommy, and I brought them to Tulsa. The first woman that a man ever loves is his mother. He takes his first meal from her breast. He bonds with her physically while treading water in her womb. She's the womb man, the man with the womb. And sometimes the wound, because we've been so unkind and insensitive to females over the millennia. So I'm so happy that Greenwood has decided to recognize females, particularly African-American females who are in business. We love you, ladies. We have not been taught to respect you at the level that we should, but you lasted anyway. What do we say? My 92-year-old mother, who taught Brenda some of the praying skills that she has, she's a great intercessor. She is Michael Todd's first lady. Natalie is his second lady, who's now his wife and the mother of his children, but this woman birthed him. Women have the ability to take things and incubate them and then push them out. That's why your leadership is going to change this world. Finally, women are coming. We have more females in seminary than males. We have more females in medical school. We have more females getting MBAs, becoming corporate executives, business owners. You're birthing a new America. You're birthing a new species, and we welcome you, women. And this woman is a woman of prayer and birthing in the Spirit. Her name is Brenda Todd. I love her like my own flesh and blood. Her husband, Tommy, like family. Give her a great big round. This is Michael Todd, who has spent over $66 million. This boy is only 35 years old. He gave $200,000 to each of the survivors, and another $100,000 to the grant. Did it live in front of us all around June 16th. She taught him compassion. She taught him sensitivity. His father taught him the gentlemanly wisdom that he has. These are precious people. Brenda, I love you dearly. We respect you. You're the first lady, mother of Michael Todd and the Transformation Church, which is blessing the whole world. Over 2 million people watch that boy preach on Sundays. Isn't that something? Way beyond what we taught him. This higher D on steroids, they say. Brenda Todd, say something to the folks.
Yes. Thank you so very much. I give God glory. I thank God for you, Carlton. Literally, my husband and I in 1981, we came here to Tulsa, Oklahoma. So this marks 40 years that we have been here. Somebody give God some glory for that. I just want to take a few minutes to say, according to 1 John 3 and 8, it says, and this was Jesus talking, for this reason did he come into this world to destroy the works of the devil. That word destroy means in the Greek, luo. Luo means untie. For this cause did Jesus come into the earth to untie people from the works that the devil did. And I'd like to say for myself, in coming here to Tulsa, I thank God for the opportunity. For this cause was Brenda Todd born, to untie people from the works of the devil. And in this very city, so many things have happened that has not been right. And the thing about an intercessor is that they have a very hidden work. You don't see me getting up at 4 a.m. in the morning. You don't see me praying the news. You don't see these things, but we may be hidden as far as this is concerned. But we are praying for you, Tulsa. We are praying for you, literally, for various things that have happened here. And I am so thankful and honored that God would bring us here to this very place. And I'm not going to go any further, but to just let you know, I am very grateful. And I thank God that my husband and I had all 5 of us, our sons, right here in Tulsa, and that Michael is one of them. I have another son, Brentum, and all the guys that we had here that's going to make a difference. Thank you, thank you, thank you. God bless you.
Let's give a tribute to the world-class First Lady, Miss Monica Jones Cross.
Shattered, but I'm not broken. Wounded, but time will heal. Heavy the load, the cross I bear. Lonely the road I trod, I dare shaken, but here I stand, weary, still I press through. Dark are the days, no sun in the sky, yet still I rise, never to give up, never to against all odds, yet still I rise so high above the yet still I rise through all my heartache, through all my eyes can see. Knowing God is able to strengthen me, to strengthen me, and still I rise, never to give up, oh, never to give in against all odds, and yet still I rise so high above the clouds, yeah. Sometimes I feel low, yet still I. Sometimes I don't know which way to go, but still I. At times I feel low, but still I.
All right, all right.
Wowza. That was awesome. Woo! Thank you. So good. Oh my gosh. So good. I know, encore, right? All right. So, right now I want to talk about the Honorable Mayor Marlon Coleman. Dr. Marlon Joseph Coleman, lead pastor of the Temple of Hope Church in Muskogee, Oklahoma. Pastor Marlon, as he is affectionately known, loves people and works tirelessly to grow families through expressing the love given us by Jesus Christ. In 2020, he was elected as the 50th mayor of Muskogee and makes history as the first black mayor of Muskogee. The Temple of Hope Church has experienced tremendous growth under Pastor Marlon, having baptized over 200 souls and received many new members. In 2015, Pastor Marlon built a new 32,000 square foot worship campus. He is a very accomplished professional as well, as he's held 22 years as senior management and administrative positions all across the country. He is also past president of Neighbors Building Neighborhoods, the largest nonprofit organization in Muskogee, Oklahoma. Let's welcome to the stage right now, Mayor Marlon Coleman.
Let me say good evening to all of us on today. As has been previously stated, my name is Marlon Coleman, and I am proud to stand before this audience of wonderful African-American people and others as the first elected African-American mayor to the city of Muskogee, Oklahoma. For those who may not know much about the city of Muskogee, the African-American population of Muskogee is only 15% of the total population. When I was elected, June 30th of 2020, I was elected during the height of the George Floyd movement. That said to me and my community that a majority of people who don't look like me did not choose race, but they chose hope for the city of Muskogee. It was a reminder to me that to whom much is given, much is required. And as I stand before you on today, I did not get where I was on my own. I am a descendant of African American people. I was raised as a boy chopping sugarcane, shucking oysters and sucking crawfish heads in New Orleans, Louisiana. For a boy to come from that type of background to be elected the first African-American mayor of a major city in Oklahoma means that God is still good. I stand on this program tonight on the shoulders of strong black women. I am nobody's fool. Although I only stand at 5'5", I am on the shoulders of black women who were determined that this little boy who never met his biological daddy would have every opportunity to be great in the country that promised unalienable rights and the pursuit of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. My grandmother told me, boy, when you go away, make sure that people know where you came from. Don't move out the housing projects and start using $35 words and forget that you can still say, ain't God a good God? Speaking of strong African-American women, it is my privilege and my honor to introduce to us tonight a trailblazer. The Honorable Layla Foley Davis was elected the first female African-American mayor in the United States of America. For all African Americans who have come behind her in leadership, we may have been the next, but there can only be one first. Her story is one of triumphs and tragedy. Her trajectory started in Taft, Oklahoma, and she could have had, that's right, make some noise, Taft, Oklahoma. She could have easily gone from being the mayor to a state representative to being an elected official in the U.S. Congress. But she realized and found out early, as I did when I ran for mayor, that it's not a myth about crabs in the barrel, but it is a reality. And I want to encourage all of us today as African Americans to remember that we should be pushing up and not tearing down. In my race, it was so hurtful that a person of color was paid a large sum of money to split the African American vote. And Ms. Davis called me, and she said, Marlon, hang on in there. She said, Marlon, your people love you. And tonight, I'm proud to say to the Honorable Layla Foley Davis, your people love you. Your people honor you. And please welcome to the stage the first female African-American mayor in the United States, Miss Layla Foley Davis.
First, giving honor to God, to the Greenwood Chamber of Commerce, the President, Dr. Freeman Covered, and to my friend Star Fisher. It is an honor, it is a pleasure, and it is a privilege to be here. To those of you who do not know me, I am Layla Foley Davis. And I come from the metropolis of Taft, Oklahoma. I was born and raised there. November 7th, 1941, 1 month before Pearl Harbor was bombed. I turned 80 years old on the 7th of November. And I said to my God, my almighty God, if you bless me to get 80 years old, that tree that my daddy built a tree house in, and I played in it when I was 7. I said, you bless me, I'm going to climb that tree. On the 7th day of November, with my children watching and my baby daughter hanging to the phone saying, I'm waiting to call Emerson, I climbed that tree. Anything is possible. And before I start, I'd like to send a shout out to my great friend, the Honorable Johnny Ford of Tuskegee, Alabama. He was elected in 1972, and I was elected in 1973. So we've been through the storms. We've been through the rain. And unfortunately, I am still going through the rain. I'm still going through the storm. Because history and my people have failed to recognize that I am the first Black female mayor elected in these United States. And after the first, there is no more. I have met 3 presidents. I met President Gerald Ford in 1974. He invited me to the White House as one of 10 outstanding young women of America. And while we were standing there, a young lady, Leila Foley, standing there in some red box shoes. All these other 9 girls was walking around petting a dog, a golden retriever that was walking around in the White House, in the Oval Office. And I looked around, Mayor, and I said, President Ford, I didn't come to Washington. I'm Leila Foley from Taft, Oklahoma. And I didn't come to Washington. Can I take this off? I didn't come, he said, running out of time. But I didn't come to Washington to talk to you about a dog. I would like to get some houses in a small town called Taft, Oklahoma. Within 3 months, within that period, President Ford had one of his assistants come in, and we talked. And in 3 months, we had some houses in the make through the HUD office in Atlanta, Georgia, by a young man named Henry Reese to come to Taft, and that's how we got 24 rural running houses. Ladies and gentlemen, it has not been easy, but I paved the way for Kamala Harris. I paved the way for all of them. I paved the way. Maxine Horner, I paved the way for her. I met with Shirley Chisholm. We stood in the foyer and talked in Washington, D.C. I've been to Washington many times. Experience that I sometimes have to cry about. I had a group to invite me to Washington for their guest speaker. I was speaking, and after I sit down, I noticed people was leaving. I'm going to get down, baby. But I noticed people were leaving. Everybody started leaving that was supposed to pay me. And when I finally got back to my hotel, I had a note that said, you need to evacuate your room immediately for non-payment. I had, ladies and gentlemen, $55 in my purse. I was hungry because I was too cute to sit on the podium to try to eat. And when I got back to my room, the only thing was there where they didn't clean my room because it was non-payment. I had some sausage and some eggs left from breakfast. Baby, I'm going to sit down because it's... But I want to tell you women, do what your mind say do. You can do it. I'm a mother of 5, born out of wedlocks. I had people shutting the door into my face saying, who wants to marry as a mother with 5 children? You see me. I stand tall, but I hurt inside. I'm a homeless person at this moment as I speak. Why? Because my husband died at 89, and he was a builder, and he was getting ready to fix the roof. The roof is caved in. But God is in control. God is in control. I'm going to sit down, babe. I'm going to sit. You have to. We're on time. We're spending other folks' money, so we got to. Give her a round of applause, please. Thank you.
One more round of applause for the living legend, Miss Leila Foley Davis. All right, ladies and gentlemen, coming to the stage is Dr. Charles Champ Walker.
Good evening. Good evening. I know it's been a long but joyous evening. I am the CEO of FOTM Global, which is FOTM, Friends of the Movement. I have been blessed to work with the Greenwood Chamber the last 5 months to develop a partnership in which we're very, very, very blessed to be able to share with the world a testimony that Tulsa has, and that is a testimony of Black entrepreneurship and wealth creation. Tulsa, I don't know whether you know it or not, but you are blessed at a time when God has chosen, and I don't know whether you feel it, but you need to understand tonight, that when the George Floyd incident happened, it was technology that captured his death. It was technology now that Black people have come together, where we've marched and we've voted. We've elected a president. We're overcoming odds. We're becoming more and more educated. But at the same time, there was a 100th-year commemoration of Black Wall Street, where Black people were fired up and ready to move to action. And I've been blessed as a boy from Georgia, son of a Senate Majority Leader, business leader, who've always wanted to help create generational wealth, served on national civil rights boards to develop economic development, to create generational wealth, and we know we need an infrastructure to do so. So we've partnered with the Greenwood Chamber of Commerce to develop what we call the Black Wall Street Pledge, where we're telling people to stop talking. We've marched, we voted. Now it's time to make a commitment to support Black businesses. And this pledge consists of the development of what we have created called the Black Wall Street Card, where we're connected to Black businesses and Friend of the Movement businesses. And when you have this card in your hand, every time you swipe it, you're supporting black businesses and helping to close the wealth gap. We feel that there's no better way, ladies and gentlemen, for us to put our money where our mouth is and be intentional. We can change our economic plight, but Greenwood is the living testimony to the world of how they did it. Because of technology, we will have the card where we can actually connect to the point of sale and black merchants across this country. And we're donating a percentage of every swipe back to the Greenwood Chamber. And we need your all support to spread the word. Tonight, we're introducing something that'll be coming in February whereby we can duplicate the digital version of Black Wall Street around the world. Thank you for your support, and you'll be hearing more about the unveiling of the crest. And right now, I would like to break down to you the symbol that we're using, which is the first African-American coat of arms that was inducted into the Smithsonian Museum, and that is actually on the seal of approval that black businesses and friends of the movement businesses will house. If you would, sir. In the beginning, there was the Mississippi Shield. Then there was Africa, the birthplace of civilizations. The diamonds represent the spiritual richness of Africa. The ebony faces represent we were diverse. The globe denotes that we were scattered throughout the world. The doves denoted peace. The kente cloth reminded of our heritage as kings and queens in Ghana. The red, black, and green of the Garvin colors of liberation. The X denote that we lost our culture, heritage, and spirituality. The wreath of achievement is on top of the X to denote that through the spiritual light of power, our Creator gave us the word to break the chains of physical, mental, and spiritual bondage, which is a rebirth from what we call the scarab. And the twin majestic lines of Judah represent the regaining of strength in our race. And the six flags that you saw were called the enslaving nation's colors. And this is the Black Wall Street seal of approval that we're launching with the Greenwood Chamber of Commerce. And as you can see, the middle part, which is a subset of the Heritage Crest, is the actual symbol. So, ladies and gentlemen, we need your support. Symbols are important. When you see it, when you swipe the card, you will know that you're supporting businesses, not just here in Greenwood, where it started, but Greenwood will be the impetus to help spread the spirit and the lessons that the people in Greenwood use to build wealth and support their communities. Thank you very much.
So very cool. Thank you so much, everybody, for the time that you've given us this evening. We have another introduction that we want.
Well, last but not least, we're going to introduce Mike Neal, the president of the Tulsa Regional, president and CEO of Tulsa Regional Chamber.
Thank you all so very much. What an amazing night. Congratulations to all these unbelievable winners, these amazing winners that have meant so much to all of us and certainly to our state and to our community. It is indeed my honor and personal privilege to say a few words about our final honoree. She's a lady that my wife Jana and I met some 15 and a half years ago when we moved to Tulsa from Nashville, Tennessee. At that time, this young lady told me that she had moved here 4 or 5 years prior to us from Los Angeles, California. She moved her family here and told us about her transition. We later went on to learn that she was a Mississippi Delta native, and I am a Louisiana Delta native. We grew up only about 100 miles apart in the lower Mississippi Delta. But from her vantage point as CEO of TEDC Creative Capital, Rose is a catalyst. She's a convener, she's a connector, and she is a strategy enhancer, as well as a servant leader in economic development who really focuses on all things small business. Everything she and her team do at TEDC in lending, in development, and serving community starts with a mission of helping progressive, promising businesses gain equal access. Her career has been built around being a champion for the unlikely winner and pushing for the under-resourced to gain access and really fair access. As our 2021 Tulsa Regional Chamber Board Chair, she's worked very much in that same mode. She's led implementation of our board-approved strategic plan, but she's also prioritized inclusive, equitable, and collaborative growth within our Northeast Oklahoma region. With an emphasis on diversity, she's focused on 3 key audiences. Number 1, people. Number 2, small businesses. And number 3, a wider community. She's pursued several specific strategies which include developing more equitable opportunities in workforce and leadership development. A couple great examples of projects that Rose has been very heavily engaged in include Tulsa's Next Gen Talent and Campus Tulsa, 2 programs that recently launched that provide diverse students with equitable access to externships as well as internships in businesses across our city. Another strategy is to provide more access, assistance, and guidance for area small businesses, especially those that are owned and operated by diverse business leaders. The Tulsa Regional Chamber has really taken the lead in advocating under Rose's direction for state legislation that supports black entrepreneurs and minority-owned businesses. Our good friend Senator Kevin Matthews and Representative Regina Goodwin strongly advocated for the passage of this legislation, and I'm pleased to report that we made progress. Oklahoma Governor Kevin Stitt signed into law House Bill 2365 that authorizes the Oklahoma Supplier Diversity Initiative. It's a state-sponsored database for agencies and businesses intentionally seeking diverse Oklahoma-based suppliers, something that really Rose has advocated for. As we speak, the Oklahoma Department of Commerce is now developing a certification program for qualifying businesses that will enable them to register with the Office of Management and Enterprise Services to be automatically notified of state bidding opportunities each and every week. Rose and TEDC also partnered with the City of Tulsa and the Tulsa Development Authority to provide some $4 million to support entrepreneurship in North Tulsa, including the creation of a business incubator space. She has stayed focused on providing more chances for all Tulsans to build connections and increase the village-making skills in our community. An example of community building that's near and dear to her heart is the opening of the Oasis Fresh Market in what had been a food desert, as we all know, in North Tulsa for decades. TDC and Rose partnered with the City of Tulsa and many others to make this long-needed market a reality. And the hope is that it will serve as a model for other similar markets in food deserts across our entire country. As the Chamber's first ever black chair, during the year in which our community commemorated the centennial of the Tulsa Race Massacre, she felt that it was imperative that we do everything possible to promote diversity, equity, and inclusivity. From every individual to every company to our entire community, Rose has constantly maintained that diversity, equity, and inclusion should not just be something that we aspire to do well, but that diverse, equitable, and inclusive should be who we are. Rose lives that approach every single day, and our community is much better for that. 2021 has been a great year for Rose. Her youngest child, her son, Mo Renty, graduated from Union High School and is now wrapping up his first successful semester at the University of Oklahoma. Also a gentleman that Jana and I have been fond of for several years, a gentleman by the name of Marvin Jones, convinced Rose to marry him, and they became husband and wife on July 31, 2021, almost 5 months ago. Marvin helped Rose to develop a new passion, golf. They both truly love one another, and they truly love the game of golf as well. It is my privilege, as well as the Tulsa Regional Chamber's privilege, to join our good friends and partners at the Greenwood Chamber in recognizing Rose Washington Jones as the world-class breakthrough recipient. Rose, would you please come forward and accept your award? Congratulations.
Thank you, Mike, and thank all of you for staying awake. Typically, I'm in bed by 9:30, so it's sort of tough for me to keep my eyes awake, but how about a shout out to the world-class women in the room? I truly salute you. I'm honored to even be called in the same sentence or in the same event as you, and I salute the Greenwood Chamber. You know, you never know what a small conversation may inspire. So give it up for the Greenwood Chamber. So 20 years ago on December 1st, I started a journey that really led me here tonight. It was a journey that took me out of my comfort zone of being with a large, very stable organization in Los Angeles, California, to becoming a social entrepreneur. And I had no choice. I had accepted a job here in Tulsa, leading Tulsa Economic Development Corporation, which some of you know as TEDC Creative Capital. And I remember looking at TEDC's financial statements for the first time and panicking. The organization operated in the red, and for business owners in the room, you know that's not a great situation to be in. And it had very little cash in the bank. At that moment, I knew I had two choices. One, go back to LA, or two, roll up my sleeves and build a business that would create change in Tulsa. Obviously, you know what I did. I had to learn every aspect of TEDC. I had to build an organization that lacked credibility, and I had to create value for a community development financial institution here in Tulsa. So in September 2001, TEDC, as a small business lender, had a handful of loans totaling about $600,000. As of September 2021, we had over 40 million under management, deploying 60 million last year in partnership with Tulsa County and the city of Tulsa. Yes, give us a shout out. And while my name really is synonymous with TEDC, the bottom line is that I have not done this work alone. Over the years, TEDC has had tremendous board members, like my Honorable Dr. Joyce McClellan, who is here with us tonight. How about a shout out to Dr. McClellan? A wonderful staff who chose to walk lockstep with me. TEDC team, stand up, please. A shout out to the TEDC team. And many, many community partners, many of whom are in this room tonight. All in all, my role here in Tulsa and at TEDC has truly been to harness the power of small companies to create equitable economic prosperity. I was raised by my namesake, my grandmother, Rosie Washington, in rural Mississippi, Pickens, Mississippi, and I'm proud to be from Pickens. Rosie couldn't read or write, but guess what? She could count money, and she found a way to make sharecropping a business. I acknowledge Rosie Washington tonight because the truth is, I am because she was. The opportunity to lead the Tulsa Regional Chamber as chairperson as the first African American was not aspirational for me because I didn't think it was possible, but it sure has become inspirational. As opportunities come my way, I am reminded of a scripture in Jeremiah 29. For I know the plans I have for you. They are plans for good, to give you a future and a hope. One thing I know for sure is that God's plans are perfect for each of us. My personal calling has become to empower and encourage others to pursue dreams of entrepreneurship. Of course, our priority is to empower Black and other BIPOC businesses to start and grow. My challenge to you is to embrace your calling with boldness and lift others as you rise. So as I close, I want to thank my best friend, Daphne Ferris, who's here with me. We fight like we're blood sisters, but she is my reality check. I want to thank my husband, Marvin Jones, who has taught me that love truly is the greatest gift of all. And once again, I want to thank the Greenwood Chamber and to each of you. Godspeed.
All right. And without further ado, there is no one undeniable fact about this man right here. He is a Grammy-nominated multi-platinum songwriter and singer. As the formidable next chapter in his career, Game Changer 2 underscores once more why he is long distance, legacy artist, and a brand that is everlasting and evolving. The new album builds on the career, the renaissance that predecessor Game Changer ushered in 5 years ago. That project detonated It detonated 5 R&B hit singles, including the #1, This One's For Me and You. This man topped some of the major R&B charts, working with the new iconic boy band, New Edition, making timeless hits and collaborating with some of the prestigious producers in the industry. Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, Greg Pagani, L.A. Reid, and Babyface Edmonds, to just name a few. He established LSG alongside Gerald Levert and Keith Sweat, creating the sexy smash hit, My Body. This man is one of the few artists to score #1 hits with 2 different groups, duo and also as a solo artist. He's one of the top legendary artists to have hits on the top 10 R&B charts for 3 decades, the 80s, the 90s, and the 2000s. He's a pretty dope individual, y'all. He accomplished a lot in his career. As a veteran, he's a businessman. He deserves a lot of the credit and what he's done in 40 years in this entertainment business. Whatever he has coming up next, his fans can rest assured one thing: he never just plays the game, he changes it every time. So if you can stand to your feet and you can put your hands together, I need you guys to welcome, please welcome, the incomparable Johnny Gill.
You need a love that will not change. You want a lover to remain forever yours. Oh, but you don't have to worry. You never have to fear. Through thick and thin, I'll always be here. I'll be a bridge. Carry you over the mountain. You never have to face it alone. And when the world seems to be you out there, baby, for you, sailing all the way, I won't be no, it's alright, 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 won't be no, it's alright, it's alright. Where my party people make some noise, I said make some noise. Woo! Sometimes I know it's rough for you, and then you feel let loose. You felt so much pain. Oh, but I'm the kind of person take the hurt away, so you never have to suffer again. I'll be a friend. Carry you over the mountain. You up when you're falling down. Baby, be strong. You can believe in me. I'm your friend. Sail all the way. It's alright, 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 alright. Won't be no. Said I'll never let you fall. Alright now. Whenever you want me, whenever you need me, so all you gotta do is call my name. It's alright, 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 alright. If y'all came to have a good time tonight, somebody say, oh yeah, oh yeah. Now scream. Where my ladies at tonight? Yeah. Oh yeah. Said it's alright, alright. Said it's alright. Yeah, listen. The way you touch, the way you kiss, oh yeah. Girl, you know I'm into this. Well, and girl, you know just what to do. Oh yeah. I've been wearing to make a move, and baby, you know that I would do anything and everything for you. Well, I lose all self-control with you. You know what? 'Cause you're like nobody. Said it's alright. Said it's alright. Well, so here I come. Said it's alright, alright, alright. Said I'm gonna come right straight back home. Well, in your bed, said we're gonna make sweet love. Said we're gonna make sweet love. Do anything that you wanna do. Work it now, baby. I wanna work it back onto you. Yeah, give it here, baby. Said I wanna spend the night in you. Do it. Make it smooth, baby. And baby, you know, need only touch me, girl. Said I'm a slave for you. Yeah, you know what? I lose all self-control with you. You know what? 'Cause you like said that. Oh! Well, yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Shit is all right, all right, all right. Is it all right tonight? Shit is all right. Shit is all right. Shit is all right. Woo! Anything that you want, that you want, that you want, that you think that you need, you don't have to ask, you don't have to beg. I want you to know that whatever you have and need from me tonight, Johnny's got it. Said I got it, I got it. Yeah. Say we're gonna make sweet love. Say we're gonna make sweet love. Oh! Say we're gonna make sweet love. Say we're gonna make sweet love. And here I come, yeah. I'm knocking right at your door. Hello. And here I come, yeah. I got a question. Where are my ladies at in the house tonight? I need all my ladies up out of your seats tonight. All right, all right, all right. Shit is all right, all right, all right. Yeah. All right, yeah. All right, all right, all right, all right. Listen. Put on your red dress and slip on your high heels and some of that sweet perfume. It sure smells good on you. Slide on your lipstick and let all your hair down. 'Cause baby, when you get through, I'm gonna tonight will be a special night. No matter where we go. And I'm so proud to be with you. I just want to let you know. I need everybody to say, my. You sure look good tonight. Now that ain't everybody in the house tonight. I want y'all to help me sing it tonight. Will y'all help me sing and say, my. You sure look good tonight. Yeah. Put your nightgown on, let your hair hang alone. Step in that room, I'm in the mood to love you all night long. You got me saying my. Tonight will be a special night. No matter where we go, and I'm so proud to be with you. You sure look good tonight. Yeah. Said it's all right, all right. Said it's all right, all right, all right, all right. Sing it with me, oh my. You sure look good. Said all that I want you to do is come on and go with me. Say that you're gonna be all Oh no. Hey, yeah. yeah. Put your nightgown on, let your hair hang low. Step in our room, I'm in the mood. Said love. Said my. Will you help me one more time? Sing it as loud as you can. Sing it with me. Say my. Oh! Yeah. Say my. So all you gotta do, say that you're gonna be on mine. Oh! My. Said it's all right. Is it all right? Is it all right? Is it all right? My. Yeah. Sure look good tonight. Yeah. Y'all ready to go? I said, are y'all ready to go? I got a question for everybody that's standing on the dance floor tonight. Where my party people at, y'all? Hey, where my party people at? Hey, put them up in the air like this, y'all. Go, hey. Woo! Woo! Hey. Woo! Come on. Woo! What you really said in a man, I can't lie it. Your wish is my command. I work hard to feel your needs, give you a lesson what it is to. Come on now. Get undressing up and suppose some more, yeah. That's it, yeah. This is prepared that he spoke to you. The magic in my hands when I touch and rub you the right way. A power tenderness when I hold and rub you the right way. So rest whenever I do, I rub the happiness. My satisfaction is a guarantee. Sent for your pleasure. I'm only here to come on now. So hold on and don't let go yet. You know what? Said I'll show you pleasure like you never know. Here we go. Do you feel the magic in my hands when I touch and rub you the right way? with tenderness when I hold and rub you the right. Where my party people at? Oh yeah, well yeah. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Do you feel the magic in my hands when I touch and rub you the right way? Stroke, apply with tenderness when I hold and rub you the right way. Come on now, touch. I got a question for you. Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Big wishes of my command. That back to back for life. Grab you with my magic hand. Just listen to the man. Can y'all put them up in the air for me one time, y'all? Go! Sing it with me. You got the bomb on me, baby. You got the bomb. Turn me up. You got the. See what? Woo! Where my party people, Woo! Bomb on me, woo! Baby. You got the. Turn me on, baby. Woo! Baby. You got the bomb. Everybody help me sing, say this. I say what? Y'all need everybody in the house, say what? Say what? Hey. Say party, party, party. Party! Whatever you need, I got it. Whatever you want, I got it in my hand. Whatever you Somebody say yeah. Somebody say yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. I love you guys. Thank you. Thank you for having me. And I promise you, I shall be back and shall return 6 deep across the stage for you guys. Yes. I love you from the bottom of my heart, and once again, I just want to say thank you, and to know that God is good. God is good. I said God is good. Y'all, somebody might not understand why I say that, but I'm not ashamed to let y'all know tonight that we didn't have to be standing here tonight, but it was nothing but His mercy and His grace that's got us standing here. I don't care how successful you are. I don't care who you think you are. The one thing about God is that He doesn't have no prospective person. We got to understand and know that we are blessed. We got to treat each other with love, not take not one step, not one day, not 1 second for granted, because tomorrow is not promised. I didn't come here to preach to y'all, but I just came to let somebody know tonight that no matter what you're going through, that God can do anything but fail. Oh, I know some of y'all know about church and know about Sunday mornings. I said no matter what you're going through, God can do anything. Can y'all help me out? I said God can do anything but fail. Somebody ought to say yeah. Somebody ought to say yeah. Oh, I just came to let you know that He'll be a mother for the motherless. a father for the fatherless. All you got to do is trust in him. He said if you got faith about the size of a mustard seed, that's all you need tonight. So all I need y'all to do before I leave this stage, let me tell y'all something about the devil. He don't like it when you give God the praise. I don't know why this room is still quiet. I said, the devil don't like it when you give God the praise. So I don't know what you're going through, but I just came to let you know, lift your hands in victory, claim it, know that it's already done. Somebody say yeah. Somebody say yeah. Somebody say yeah. 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 Somebody say yeah. Just wanted to leave a word with y'all tonight. God is good. God is good. He kept us for a reason we're here. Some of us know some had COVID. Some have lost some close to us that have had COVID. But some kind of way God said that I'm going to cover you with my blood. And that's the reason why you're still standing here. And I don't mind letting y'all know that I know God is good and God can do anything. So I just wanted to deliver that message to somebody tonight, because we can put on all the clothes and look good on the outside, but nobody knows sometimes what people are going through on the inside. So let's love each other. Let's continue to lift him up and stay together, and know that when you look at what has happened and how far we come, it's been 100 years. And look at what God has done, even through the process of the worst thing that we could have ever experienced, something that we could ever experience in our life. Through that, I just came to let you know, even in a setback, it's just nothing but a setup. And this is the reason why we're all in this room tonight, because God is good. He knows better than we do. When he lays out his plan, he knows. So y'all should give yourselves a big round of applause. Look at all of y'all sitting here in this room tonight. Who knew? I love you guys. Thank you for having me, and I shall return.
Ladies and gentlemen, Oklahoma's finest, Charlie Red and the Full Flavor King. Make some noise, Tulsa, Oklahoma. Like a Tulsa party, cause the Tulsa party don't stop. We got to party. Ain't no party like a Tulsa party, don't stop. We got to party. Ain't no party like a Full Flavor party, cause the Full Flavor party don't stop. Come on. We got to party.